Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. What's going on, people? What's happening? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? What's happening? Random show settings. We are back once again. Random show settings. We are back once again. Random show settings. We are back once again. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know in the stream chat if you can hear and see me loud and clear. Can you see me, hear me loud and clear? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. As you can tell, just got out of the shower. Looking very oily. Looking very hydrated. Looking very moisturized. First day back in the gym after a long fucking time, so I'm feeling kind of tense, feeling kind of sore all over. I'm not gonna lie, feeling kind of sore all over, feeling kind of sore. First time back in the gymnasium in a long while, so good to be back. Good to be back. Good to be back in the hot seat. Good to be back in the gymnasium. Good to be back here with you guys. What are you guys saying? Let me know in the stream chat. What are you guys saying? 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 How are you all? How are you all? Sunday night settings. Sunday night settings. Sunday night flipping settings. We're out here. We're outside. We're out here. We're outside. We are out here. Let me just quickly get this done. Make sure my accessibility is where it needs to be. Bada boom, bada boom. What's crack-a-lacking, people? What's crack-a-lacking? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? How are you all? How are you all? Wherever you are now, how are you all? Sunday night settings. Hope you're all doing good. We've got a jam-packed show today. Well, I won't say jam-packed. Actually, I lie. It's not jam-packed. There's some stuff here to talk about. It's not super jam-packed, but we'll be good. We'll be good. Let's just get right into it. Let me just do one more last thing, and we're ready to go. Cool. Big up the stream chat as a pretty what you call it? Big up Squash Housey. Big up Gamebred Footballer. What's going on, brother? Grown Baby Golf, what's happening? Silver Wrench, I see you. Boba Fett, I see you. Strange Cloud, I see you. 9185, I see you. No, this isn't. No more Slowjo. 9185. No more Slowjo. Don't worry. No more Slowjo. We're done with Slowjo. Big up LB, I see you. Big up Young God Vibes, what's going on, Queen? Big up Glenn Medeiros, I see you. On Ten Toes, I see you. Uche, what's going on? Long time no see. What's going on, darling? Hope you're good. Jordan Ray. Diana's here too. What's going on? Thank you for that. Thank you. Big up RR Skins, I see you. Peter Morrison, I see you. Keepy, what's going on in the stream chat? What's going on, Keepy? Let's go. Let's jump right into it. So first things first, I wanted to talk about, I saw this clip actually. This might be fun to watch. It's this video from this, I don't know, I've not really heard of her before. It's this content creator. Let's see if I can put her up on the screen. Bear with me a second. This lady here, her channel is Turn It Up World. Las Vegas lied to us and we paid a price. I think this is kind of piggybacking on what Slowjo was talking about when it comes to Las Vegas. So I just saw this on my fucking algo. I'm not too sure if this is because the algo listens to me or because I typed something, but I thought this might be an interesting bit of viewing to see what this lady thinks of Las Vegas. Give us a little idea of what she's talking about. But I think it's most to do with the fact that she used to go to Las Vegas and the prices have kind of increased. But I'd love to kind of get an idea from somebody that goes there often. So let's see what she's saying. Turn It Up World, Las Vegas lied to us and we paid the price. Let's go.
We always believed in the Las Vegas dream until we lived it. We watched Vegas change a lot over the years. First as wide-eyed visitors, and now as people who actually call this place home. And what we learned changed how we'll see this city forever. And especially now, when Vegas is in a real slump. Fewer visitors, less spending. Many are quietly wondering, what happened? Well, this video isn't about blaming Vegas. We still love this place, but it's also a place that doesn't always tell you the full story. Now, what started as pure excitement slowly turned into this nagging feeling that something was off. At first, we thought it was just us. Maybe at the time, we just didn't get how Vegas really works. But the deeper we went, the more we realized there are things people don't talk about. Things we wish someone had told us before we ever booked that first trip. It took years and a lot of mistakes to see what Vegas really is behind.
A black auntie on holiday, silk scarf, hates to see a black auntie on holiday. A silk scarf hates to see a black auntie on holiday. She finna wear that.
All the lights. And once we saw it, we couldn't unsee it. So if you've ever
Is anyone else kind of shocked? Is anyone else out there kind of shocked that the Sphere hasn't worked out? I know it costs a lot of money to run, but just the idea of the Sphere, what it looks like. Is anyone else shocked that it hasn't really panned out that well? They were going to do one in London. People protested against it. They scrapped it. I've heard the one in Las Vegas is literally bleeding money. There's a smaller one too that they're using now as well for DJ sets and other fights and stuff. That's not doing well either. I'm generally surprised that this concept, this idea is not working, because visually it looks pretty impressive, you know. I'm surprised that they couldn't make it work financially. Maybe the tech is too expensive. Maybe I don't know, the cost of running it is too much. But I'm really surprised it's not working financially. Not the way they thought it was going to work anyway.
Wondered whether the Vegas dream still holds up in 2025, or if you've ever felt that maybe something about your trip just didn't sit right? You're not alone, and we're going to show you why. Oh, and by the way, if you're finding this helpful, we'd love it if you hit that thumb up. All of it. We're talking about their own bottom line. Vegas plays the long game. They know that once you're on property, you're committed, and the fees will eventually outweigh any perceived savings you found online. Now, it doesn't always hit you the first time, or even the second, but the cracks.
So once they get you, they know once they get you there, you're going to spend that money. Clever.
They start showing up. Little things at first, like the room, $45, suddenly ballooning to $100 after fees. A resort fee that is now up to $55 per night at some major hotels like the Venetian and Aria. Non-negotiable and not including in the original price. Plus, a security deposit that can eat up $100 to $200 of your budget before you even see your room. That sinking feeling when your deal wasn't really a deal. And we still...
But how do these prices just... I don't get how these prices just pop up though. Like, how is that allowed? How do you pay one price online and then you get there's more price? I don't understand how you allow that. I'd throw a fucking wobbler. I'd be spitting feathers. I'm not having that. If I pay the price that's online that says I can sleep in this room for this amount, why am I getting there and they're telling me, oh, to sleep in that room you need to pay more? Huh?
Come back, because the dream is powerful, and for a while it feels real. We used to think it was just bad luck, like that time we almost waited an hour, and at some big resorts guests have waited 3 hours just to check into their room, only to be told it wasn't ready yet.
Hold on, is that a black lifeguard?
Guests have waited 3 hours just to check into...
Holy shit, big up auntie. That's a black lifeguard. Legit, I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire life. I don't know if you can see it, but the resort, look, there's a black lifeguard. Like I said, auntie there. That's holy shit. Big up auntie.
Their room, only to be told it wasn't ready yet. The problem is so common that half-hour waits are now considered a win by seasoned visitors. Or the show tickets that cost more with fees than the seats were worth. You're not paying for the ticket, you're paying the convenience fee, the venue fee, the facility fee, and the tax on the fees. I mean, it's a guaranteed 15 to 20% hidden markup on every entertainment purchase. But over time,
15 to 20% hidden markup. 15 to 20%. Jesus Christ.
It stopped feeling like bad luck and started feeling like this was just Vegas now. And the truth is, you're not crazy if something felt off during your last trip. You know, staffing shortages have stretched thin across the strip, even at the big resort, with union wages finally rising in 2024 and 2020.
That's so depressing, isn't it? Right? That's their version of like what Venice, isn't it? Right? Florence, like that is so depressing. This artificially made version of it, like, oh my god, that looks like a movie. It looks like a movie set, isn't it? It looks like a fucking movie set. That is so depressing. Oh my god. It probably, you know what's funny? It probably would cost you the same amount of money to fly to Florence, stay in a nice hotel, go along that fucking river or that lake or whatever, have a pizza, you know, maybe have someone pickpocket your fucking iPhone and come back home, than it would be to go to Las Vegas. It's probably about the same amount. Probably about the same price.
Many resorts have quietly reduced the number of staff per guest. So as prices have gone up, service has quietly but measurably gone down across the board. There's this unspoken rule now that frustration is part of the Vegas experience. And the worst part is, by the time you realize it, you're already...
Don't you know what's really odd? And I think this kind of speaks to my fucking... This probably speaks to my lifestyle. You know what I really would like to do if I went to Las Vegas the most? You know what I'm looking at here, which I'm really kind of like infatuated by, I'm kind of interested in? The hotels. I love to stay in like a hotel, like get like a presidential suite, like a big, I mean, and just go nuts, you know what I mean? And just have like a speaker playing fucking DJ sets in the fucking corner on loudspeaker and shit, going fucking crazy. But I don't think I'll be interested in casinos. I won't give a fuck about that, or even concerts. I just want to get a really nice fucking hotel room, have great hotel service, room service, sorry, maybe go to a couple restaurants, and that'll be it. I wouldn't be interested in going to a single casino, a single live show. Don't give a fuck. And of course, walk up and down the strip, innit? They've got that strip. Walk up and down that strip and stuff and see all the freaks and the weirdos and stuff and the tourists. That'd be kind of a fun sightseeing thing. But mostly I'd be in it for the hotels.
Here, it's the moment when the magic dims, but not because you wanted it to, but because you started seeing it clearly. You learned pretty fast that there's a whole second layer to Vegas. The part they don't advertise, like the invisible fees, not just the resort fees, which can now be $55 before tax, but the tax on the fee. The Nevada hotel tax rate means you're paying about 13% extra on the mandatory resort fee. A tax on a tax. Then we get to parking. At most major properties, that's now a standard about $25 per day for some.
God damn! Parking 25, and I bet you cabs. I bet you fucking cabs. I bet you cabs in Las Vegas must be moolah, innit? Cabs must be fucking big money.
Parking. But the real game changer is the room. So they give you a quote unquote fridge, but it's a sensory weapon. Sticking your own bottle of water in the minibar fridge, well, that can trigger a $50 to $75 fee for tampering. Now, some guests have even reportedly been charged $50 for simply unplugging the minibar to charge a laptop. And if you think valet makes it easier, surprise, that's often up to $40 or $50 per day at a high-end property. So that convenience fee is now a luxury tax. And then there's the tipping pressure. Now, we don't mind giving a great tip when we get good service, but now there are digital screens that ask for a 30% tip for a bottled water.
I'd love for someone to try. I would love for someone to try and get me to tip 30% for a bottle of water. I dare. I would double dare someone. I would double dare a waiter to try and come up to me and tell me, hey, you need to tip 30% for a fucking bottle of water. Please try. Please fucking try. Please, I dare you, try.
Coffee you poured yourself, or even a self-checkout kiosk. I mean, you need a roll of $1 bills just to make it through the day without the constant guilt trip screens. But the ultimate unseen rule is on the casino floor. The $10 and $15 blackjack tables on the strip haven't just raised their minimum to $25. They changed the game itself. So the gold standard 3-2 blackjack payouts have been quietly replaced by the player-unfriendly 6-5 payouts on most low-limit tables. I mean, this single rule change increased the house edge by over 1.5% and cost the average player hundreds of dollars a trip. I mean, whew, Vegas runs on rules that nobody tells you. They're hidden in the fine print on the minibar and written on the casino felt in a language most players don't speak. Y'all, Vegas isn't built on luck. It's built on knowing the rules. If you don't know that 6-5...
So you can't, like... This is kind of bumming me out. So you can't just go to Las Vegas and just enjoy it. You can't just have is everything an exploitation over there? Everyone's trying to run your pockets. Is it really like that? Is it just like a scam Vegas? Hustle Vegas? Finesse Vegas? Is that what it is? Like, I can't just go there and just want to have a little cheeky time and, you know, get fucking fucked up and stuff and go home. There's all these hidden fees, this, that. It's like, God almighty, man. It kind of takes away the fun from it. It's meant to be like an adult Disneyland. And they're doing all this stuff like, God almighty. Ugh. What are you guys saying? Yes, it's really like that. And then some. $100 for the water. That's really depressing. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of lame. That kind of takes the fun away from it.
Blackjack is a trap, or that your hotel fridge will charge you. The house has already won 100.
Big up Gamebred, you read my mind. Big up Gamebred, you read my mind. Big up Gamebred, you read my mind. It's not Amsterdam, is it? It definitely isn't. You read my mind. Big up Gamebred, you fucking read my mind.
$50 before you even get your first drink. Now, we used to think penny slots were the safe way to play. Like budget friendly, fun, maybe we'd stretch $20 for a while, right? But not long ago, we sat down at a penny slot and lost $500 faster than we ever have on anything. And the reason is clear. Penny slots have the highest house hedge on any machine in the casino. So while $5 slots might hold 4%, penny slots hold nearly 10% for every dollar played. The truth? Penny slots aren't cheaper, they're just sneakier. They're designed to look cheap, but every bonus line, every feature, every multiplier, all of it raises the minimum spend. So you think you're betting pennies, but it's actually $5 a spin. Wow. If you want all the bonuses, you may have to bet max.
Wow.
And guess what kind of machines have the highest house edge in the entire casino? Yup, the ones that say 1 cent on the screen. So the Nevada Gaming Control Board data confirms it. Penny slots are the tightest by far, holding nearly 10 cents out of every dollar you feed them. All right, if the house edge didn't get you, this will. Because the biggest game Vegas is quietly winning is, of course, in the slots. This is the silent killer of your bankroll, and we got the official, undeniable data to prove it. So Nevada doesn't require casinos to publicly post the payback percentage on their machines. But if you look at the research from the UNLV Center for Gaming Research, the long-term trend confirms what every frustrated player feels. Slot machines are getting measurably tighter. Statewide, the slot hold percentage, that's the amount of every dollar the house keeps, has gone up 26% over the last 2 decades. But the real offense is downtown. And since 2004, the hold in downtown Las Vegas has increased by a staggering 39%. Yup, this is the long-term scam that's bleeding players dry. It means you get less time on the machines for...
But don't most people play this then? Honestly, Las Vegas is fucking this is the most popular thing though, isn't it, that people play? I don't even know. I'm not even a gambler. I'm not really too familiar with this, but I recognize this screen and this style of game. This is one of the most popular ones, and it's the one that is the hardest to win. It's the one that's basically fixed. Fucking hell.
The same amount of money, which accelerates your losses over time, especially downtown. And get used to it. This is the new normal. Every shiny new slot is designed to capitalize on this lack of transparency. And when you step back, it's not really about winning. It's about how long they can keep you playing, how long they can keep you chasing that feeling. They want that bonus to hit just often enough to keep your brain hooked. It's not an accident, it's science. And here's the biggest lie, that it's about fun. It's not for the casinos anyway. It's about your wallet. So question for you, have you ever felt like the game changed when you weren't looking? Let us know in the comments. Now we love a good meal, but food on the strip? Well, let's be—
No, here it comes. Let's see. Here, is there hidden fees in the food now? Are you going to tell me there's fucking hidden fees in the food? Are you going to depress me and tell me there's hidden fees in the food?
Become its own gamble. That $24.99 buffet from back in the day, try $89.99.
Don't get me wrong, it's not crazy, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but that's insane. $90 for a buffet.
For dinner on a holiday weekend, or even $70 on a standard Saturday night. The buffet, once a symbol of Vegas value, is now a high-end experience that requires a reservation.
To be fair, you're a bit of a beast, innit, if you're going to Las Vegas eating a buffet, no? You're a little bit of an animal, innit? If you go to Las Vegas and you want a buffet, you're a bit of an animal. Have the breakfast buffet in your hotel or something in the morning, but going to dinner and having a buffet, like, you're a fucking freak, innit? You have to be honest.
And often comes with an hour-long wait. So we once saw a burger, no caviar, no truffle, no gold leaf, just a regular burger for $58.
58. Isn't that more than what they serve in fucking sports arenas? $58 for a burger. Isn't that more than what they sell them in like sports arenas? I'm sure, right? Because I know they mark them up, right, when you go to games. Maybe it's gonna be $30 for a burger. $58 for a burger, and it's probably not that good as well, isn't it? It's probably basic as fuck. 58.
And fries, extra, of course. Cocktails that used to be $12 are now $32.
A $32 cocktail, and they expect you to tip. A $32 cocktail, and they expect you to tip. And I bet you they don't free pour too. If you're gonna free pour, fair enough. I bet you they don't free pour. I bet you they put them in their little fucking shot things, innit? They give you just, just what you're meant to get. It's one shot. One shot's not gonna do jack shit. You're gonna want a double. So that's what, 64. Jesus Christ.
And that's for a simple drink at a mid-tier bar. And if you're at a high-end club or celebrity chef lounge, well, specialty drinks are routinely $40 to $50. Plus tax, plus tip, plus a convenience fee. And look, if you've been watching us over the years, you know we're foodies. We're happy to splurge on something amazing. But when a simple lunch on the strip crosses $100 for 2 people, no wine, no dessert, just lunch, you start to realize
$100 for lunch for 2 people is insane, man. Is insane. Will this ever go bust, you think? Do you think Las Vegas will ever go bust? Do you think they'll ever implode? How can they keep this charade up? $100 for lunch for 2 people is crazy work.
the goal isn't to delight you with food. The goal is to maximize the revenue per guest per minute. The longer you're here, the more likely you are to buy.
Yo, big up Young God Vibes. Big up Coiler. Great reference. Big up Coiler. No wonder Mersh got eBay. Great reference there. Fucking fantastic. Yeah, I'm a good guy. Fucking Mersh. Big up Young God Vibes. Last time I went to Las Vegas, I paid $98 for a plate of free tacos and a margarita. Free tacos and a margarita for $98. Nearly $100. Not including tip. Never. Big up the white man busting down Auntie. Yeah, man, he's living life. Big up the white king. Ridiculous. Go to Tijuana. Get whores. Big up user. The big draw is sports now. What's that? Ali Giant? Is it Ali Giante or a giant brought some life back? I don't know what Ali Giante is. Pick up 9184. Even in New Orleans has casinos. Though walking around there is a bit of a gamble anyway. Yeah, fuck you know.
That $45 cocktail. And menus are now filled with mandatory surcharges. I mean, you see venue fee, kitchen fee, or BOH, back of house service charge. This mandatory fee often 3% to 5%.
Back of house service charge. You mean the salary for the sous chefs and stuff?
Do you have a gun?
Yo, big up, hey, Martinez.
I've missed the shows. Music festival kicked my ass. Big up everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks sauce for the content.
Yeah, always.
I got something to listen to on the flights home.
Sick, always. Big up, hey, Martinez. I appreciate it, brother. I hope you had a good time at the festival. I think you mentioned it, but remind me, which festival did you go to? Let me know in the chat. Which festival did you go to? Any standouts? But yeah, big up, hey, Martinez.
5% of your total bill is added before tax and before you calculate your tip. It's not a tip. It's just another hidden cost of dining. You want to eat well in Vegas? Well, you need a strategy now, because otherwise you'll end up broke and hangry. But, and this is a big but, there are still places worth it. Still hidden gems. Still mom and pop spots and secret menus and off-strip steals.
Okay,
if you know,
this is nice. This is good. So if you know, there's some places to go where you can get good deals. Okay, cool. This is what I like. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the concept of going to Las Vegas and scrimping and saving, right? I don't like the concept of going to Las Vegas and counting my fucking pennies. But I'm not about to go to Las Vegas and spend $58 on a burger. You know what I mean? With no fries. Like, fuck off.
Know where to look. Well, we're giving away our free guide to our 50 favorite cheap and value restaurants in Las Vegas for 2025. All you have to do is sign up to our newsletter using the link in the description below. So make sure you're subscribed for that one.
That's a bit cheeky. Just tell us what it is, isn't it? I'm not signing up to your fucking newsletter. What the fuck is this? Auntie's running some fucking top level marketing shit. Top of the funnel shit. Trying to get our come on, Auntie, man. Just give us a list, man. Quickly run through it. About sign up to my email list.
And stop getting ripped off on the strip. Deals are getting harder to find, and this list will help you save money while finding real hidden gems you'll actually want to eat at. But it's not just the food that'll catch you off guard, it's how fast you can burn out here. I mean, there are no clocks, no windows. That's design 101, but the tactics go deeper. So most casino floors are specifically laid out in a complex maze-like pattern. You're focused to walk past dozens of games to reach the restroom, the exit, or even the restaurant. They call it labyrinth design. It keeps you disoriented and keeps the machines visible. Yup, just the whir of machines, the bright hum of overheated lights. The atmosphere is manufactured too, so they pump in cold, fresh air and sometimes specific scents. The cool temperature, often set around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, is intentional. It keeps you awake, alert, and gambling longer. especially after you've accepted their complimentary drinks. Now, the constant soundscapes with big wind, jingles, and soft music is engineered to keep your energy up and suppress any thought of sleep. We thought we'd come to Vegas to make memories, but sometimes we just lost track of ourselves.
Fucking hell, man. It sounds kind of depressing. I'm not gonna lie, man. It sounds fucking kind of depressing. I thought it'd be a lot more fun than this. I'm kind of bummed out about how scammy it is, how exploitative it is, you know? They were trying to run your pockets. They were trying to extract more money out of you. Like, the hidden costs really bummed me out as well. The fact that if I go there, I'd have to be kind of going to all the hood spots to have a good time and to eat well and to not get ripped off when it comes to money and shit. Oh. And it looks like you're being carted everywhere too. You get into a fucking cab, you go there. It's like you're getting, it's like, I don't know, it almost like you're getting carted to different places just to go drink and spend money. You know, you're on a bus to another place, you do that, you get off another location, you get on another thing, you go there, and you're all going together, all these tourists, all these adult babies, you know, you're all kind of plodding along, you know, trying to find your next margarita, trying to find your next fucking Zambuga, trying to find your next fucking burger, your next pizza, like, ugh, your next fucking surf and turf, like, no thank you. Surprised it was kind of depressing, but yeah, big up this lady though. Good video. Big up this lady. Good video. Give her a little like. That's the channel. The channel is called Turn It Up World. Turn It Up World. Good video there. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie. Let's move on. Let's move on. What's going on with KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, people in the stream chat? Welcome for the KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. You know what? When I saw this clip, right, of KHAMZAT CHIMAEV and Ian Garry having this interaction, this run-in at QATAR the other day, it immediately made me think of fucking MMA Guru, you know. As soon as I saw this, it immediately made me think of MMA Guru. I was like, if MMA Guru sees this, he's gonna be laying into KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. He's gonna ramp up the Islamophobia. He's gonna ramp up the Islamophobia. You see, that's what they're like. They're uncultured. They've got no manners. You know what I mean? They're monsters. They're animals. As soon as I was like, oh, what are you doing, Hamza? You're going to give fucking MMA Guru loads of material, man. Let me play the video.
Good job, man. Good job tonight. Ready to go?
No, I'm on armor.
Oh, he's not going to fight me. He's good. He's a champion. Don't worry. What's wrong? Whoa. Come on, relax, boys.
What did they say? I forgot who said it. Who said it? Was it Daniel Cormier? Somebody said that Hamza doesn't train with a lot of people because he's got a bad reputation because he goes really hard in training. Like in training camp, in sparring, he doesn't have like a gear one. He's like, he lays into people. So people don't like to spar with him. I forgot who said it. I think someone said it recently. Like, he doesn't have a, yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as like, you know, just touch. You know how you hear Alex Pereira sparring even with YouTubers and stuff, and he's like touching you lightly. Like, Hamza doesn't know that. Hamza just knows, like, you know what I mean, gear 10, GT, you know, turbo. Fucking hell. That went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Well, dude, that's just childish. You're meant to be a champion in this sport. Look at me. You're meant to be a champion in this sport. Your friend just won. Don't ruin his victory. Our man, congratulations.
He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong. You're meant to be a champion. You should conduct yourself a bit differently. And also, that interaction didn't warrant for that, you know? Just relax, man. Fucking relax, but hey, KHAMZAT CHIMAEV things, innit? KHAMZAT CHIMAEV things. KHAMZAT CHIMAEV things. Cool. Let's continue. Have you guys seen this clip?
That's all Mark.
Big up younger vibes. Big up Unique. Big up Unique and younger vibes. Oh, imagine that power couple. Imagine that power couple. Unique and younger vibes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that power couple? Younger vibes and Unique. Yo. Oh, that shit would break the internet, mate. That shit would Sorry, that shit will break the internet. But big up Unique and also big up Younger Vibes. This is the video. It says Jeff Dye embarrasses himself begging to join the ROGANSPHERE. It's from a couple of days ago, so big up Unique. I forgot to talk about this too, but big up Unique for this one. Let's react to this one.
The next day was so stinking fun. Joe is such a good guy. Just being around Joe is fun for me. I've joked about how, you know, whenever I'm with Joe, I just agree.
Look at his background. I don't know if that's his house or if that's a hotel. It might be his house. I don't know. But look at his background. This guy was out here trying to have a GoFundMe to raise him money so he can move to Austin, Texas, and he lives there.
Agree with him the whole time. I'm always like, I know, Joe. Yes, that's how I feel. Because two elements. One, I look up to him like a big brother, so I feel.
Oh, cringe. Fucking cringe. I look up to him like a big brother. Why? Because he's rich. Because he's got a lot of money. Because he's fucking famous. This big, like, I'm sure he doesn't, like, there's a lot of people in comedy I feel like who look up to Joe like a big brother, but does he look down to you as a little brother? Do you think he thinks that well of you or that highly of you? Like, I don't know, have some shame, man.
Feel like his advice, there was a moment actually on the episode where he was telling me to like stop worrying about what people are saying about me on the internet or on social media, and it was, I almost could hear inspirational music behind him. I was getting goosebumps as he was like giving me, he's like, Jeff, it's okay. They all work for you, dude. Every time they post about you and that kind of stuff, that's all for you. That's all positive. That's all marketing. Don't look into it. He was just like, he was building me up on the thing and trying to encourage me and steer me in the right direction. It was very, very healthy.
It's just a conversation on the podcast. I don't know. I saw the clip. Maybe there's more to it, but I saw the clip he's talking about. They were just having a conversation that Joe has many times over about not reading comments, about haters and all this stuff, and they're on the sidelines and you're in the arena. The whole fucking thing he talks about. He wasn't giving him some like specific, special motivational speech. He was just telling him what he always tells people. Why is he internalizing it like it was some, yo, big up, that's all this is.
Only one big bro in the world. That's Chin's big bro.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't heard about him in a while, by the way. We haven't. I still want to know what happened to that house. What happened to that house that Chin's brother was going to buy and let Chin stay in it, and then he's going to leave. Like, what happened to all that? What happened to that big dream? But big up Chin's big bro, man. Big up Chin's big bro.
For my mental health, and it was great. So those are the reasons I like being on Joe Rogan, is because I can sit there and just get to spend 3 hours with a guy I like to think is my friend. A thing happened this week, before I yammer on about the other things in the podcast. Like, you know, the first thing we talked about was Ronda Rousey, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, yeah, but why it pissed me off is because you're my friend, Joe, and I wanted to defend you. Now, even
God almighty, man. I want to vomit. Man. He's so embarrassing. The way he's sucking up to, like, yuck, bro. Yuck. The little smile, he's like smirking to himself, like, oh, he's worse than Brendan, you know? I think this guy is worse than Brendan. I think Jeff Dye is worse than Brendan when it comes to sucking Joe's dick. This is not even suck. This is like bouncing up and down that thing. Like, he's got his head down in the pillow, bro. He's pushing that thing back. Like, he's going extra hard. Like, relax, man. You're my friend. I feel like you're my big brother. You're my friend. Ugh. Just want to fucking take that jacket off and wrap it around his neck. Fucking loser.
Even though you're agreeing with Ronda Rousey and you're not mad at her for what she said, I'm mad about her. I'm mad about what she said because...
Please go up to Ronda Rousey and tell her you're mad about what she said about Joe. I double dare you, Jeff Dye. Please. You have a gun? Fucking Jeff R.I.P. Look, big up.
Joseph Cock.
Yeah, that's how he's ucking, exactly. That's how he's going, man. Not that who's that guy in New York? Is it the Aki way, right? The Oki way, the guy that makes the chopped cheese. Nah, Jeff Dye is the Og way. Fucking hell, have some shame. But I really would. I would pay good money to see him try and confront Ronda Rousey about what she said about Rogan. Please, please confront Ronda Rousey. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes for you.
You're my friend, and I love you. I'm friends with Holly Holm. I love her to death, and I'm friends with you, Joe Rogan, and I love you to death. So when Ronda Rousey says a bad thing about you or Holly Holm, I go, hey, shut the fuck up. Now, that doesn't mean that Ronda Rousey might not be a great person to her peers. Might not mean that. It might mean that Ronda Rousey is one of the greatest pioneers in UFC. I don't give a shit. I'm a loyal guy. When I hear you say a foul thing about one of my buddies, I defend them, which is my last request, by the way, if I ever die, or to any of my friends that might listen to my podcast. All I really ask from you, I don't need $1 from you. I don't need you to hang out with me every day. I don't even need you to respond to the text messages we send right away. But what I'd like to think is that when someone's talking...
So there's someone screaming outside my window. Someone going, oh, oh. I live in the fucking ghetto. What the fuck? Yo, I live in the ghetto, bro. There's literally somebody, I don't know if they're like, if they just got run over or something, but I can hear someone like groaning. Hope they figure it out, man. Hope they figure it out.
Shit about me, you would say, actually, I think Jeff's a good guy, and I disagree with what you're saying, or hey, Jeff's funny and he's nice, and like that's really what I want. I would like when I'm not around for my friends to just say, actually, I don't think that's not how I view Jeff, or just to defend.
No one's gonna do that, brother. Is this like a textbook narcissism thing? This must be a narcissist, someone that's got narcissism, I guess, or suffers from it. This is one of the textbook traits, right? This worry about your death and how you're going to be remembered. I swear regular people don't be thinking about this every day. It's like something Bert would say, isn't it? This is very definitely down the Bert alleyway. I just hope that my friends will defend me when I'm dead. It's like, what? What the fuck? Who thinks about stuff like that?
In my honor a little bit. That's what I want. That's what me and Bert Kreischer have in common. Is that's all we really want from our peers, is that them to go, why'd you say that? Jeff's nice. Like don't say he hates gay people. Don't say he hates women. He's don't say that. He's my friend. So that's what I was doing with Joe on the podcast.
He really he's a really interesting guy, in a way, because he's got like this really strange, he's got a very outsized ego. Like, he truly thinks he's at the center of the world. He truly thinks people are keeping up to date with what he says on stage and what he says on social media, and that he's this controversial, he's this really interesting, really fucking controversial, dynamic, pushing the line. I don't know. He really does think he's something. Like, when he's, I don't know. I don't really hear people talking about Jeff Dye unless he's on Rogan or he goes on fucking T5K. Like, I think he really does overestimate his importance at anything. Like, people don't say this. Like, people don't know who you are, bro. No one even knows who the fuck you are in the first place. Like, it's a strange. I'm listening to him talk. It's like, who do you think you are? Like, why are you talking about yourself in this way? You're not that important, brother. Like, and not even in a diss way. I'm not even saying it to be a diss. I'm just perplexed why he thinks people care as much as he thinks people seem to. I don't know. It's just confusing. And I don't even feel like he's saying it like in a cocky way. He's like legitimately thinks, yeah, like, people are gonna think about my comedy. It's like, brother, I don't think people even know you tell jokes. I don't think people can recite a single bit of yours. Like, I don't know.
About Ronda Rousey or any of those other things. In fact, I was taking an Uber in Austin, Texas from the mothership, and I get in, and the girl driving, I'm not going to describe the way she looks, but if I was to profile I would say that she's a very left-leaning woman. She had a lot of the stereotypical things.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. Of a.
Oh my God, man. Get a fucking hobby, man. Give your fucking head a fucking wobble. Oh. These people not get bored of them hearing themselves. Are we gonna, this is some work thing. What, did you have some like, did you deliver her from fucking liberal left-leaning policy thinking or something? Oh, yeah. It's consuming your entire life being this. Culture wars. Your entire life being consumed by politics and culture wars and this and woke bad and orange man good. It's like, oh, yeah.
A left-leaning lady. Now, that being said, I get in the Uber. I go, how's it going? Pretty late, huh? You're driving pretty late? Just trying to make conversation with the Uber driver. And she's like, yeah, I drive at this hour. It's just better, you know, for me. And I go, oh. She goes, yeah, I don't sleep much. I was like, oh, okay. So we're just small talking like you do with an Uber driver. And she goes, oh, you don't live in Texas? And I was like, nah, I'm just here working. And she goes, at this hour? And I was like, oh, come. We basically got down the path where I name dropped. I'm proud that I was on Joe Rogan, so I'll tell anyone who will listen. I'm not ashamed to talk about the things I'm proud of. It might sound like a name drop or whatever, but I like it. I want people to know of the things I'm proud of.
So you're name dropping, essentially. You're not proud of your fucking best friend becoming a manager at fucking Target, are you? You're not gonna name drop that, but you're gonna name drop Rogan because it's fucking Rogan, of course. Oh yeah, I don't even know where this is. Like, I don't even know where there's a scenario where you're in a car with an Uber driver where you really need to get into the particularities or the details of what you do. You just talk on fucking surface level. Maybe they want to get into what they want to talk about, but there's not really a situation where you really have to divulge what you get up to, where you actually went, where you're actually going. Polite small talk is just polite small talk. He said that because he guess he wanted to impress, or he wanted to like have a moment in the fucking Uber, have like a little viral moment that you can film and record. Like, I dunked on this liberal snowflake. Oh, yeah.
You talk about your wife or husband or kids because you're proud of them. I don't have a wife or husband or kids. I have my comedy career. So I brag about it. I name drop. And so I was like, yeah, I was on Joe Rogan this morning. And then she immediately changed her tone, or her whole demeanor changed. She's like, oh, we all hate him here in Texas. And in my mind, I was like, that can't be right. You know, like also, you know, Texas is big, and I imagine most of Texas loves Joe Rogan. She might be in such a bubble that she thinks because her Austin friends talk shit about Joe Rogan. Anyways.
Of course, no one can hate Joe Rogan, right? It's impossible, right? No one can hate Joe Rogan. No one can have a legitimate reason for not liking the guy. Of course not. It's impossible, right? And if they do hate him, then there's something wrong with that person. Yeah, classic.
Annoyed me so much. Like the second I heard her say that, I was just so like, I wanted to defend him. And I was like, well, I don't, I don't see it that way. I mean, maybe I'm in a bubble or maybe you're in a bubble, but I don't think everyone hates Joe Rogan. I love him. He's my friend. And I know millions of people who like him in my life and in my career. And she's like, yeah, well, I don't think that's true. People hate Joe. And she was like, just saying, she just wouldn't drop it. And I I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't drop it. It bothered me a lot. So that being said, that's what a lot of the episode is just me showing my loyalty to Joe Rogan. I hope you give it a listen.
Oh my God, what a horrible advertisement. Most of the episode is me showing my loyalty to Joe Rogan. I'm going to pass on that, big dog. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you got something from it. But I'm gonna skip that. If that's how you're selling the episode, it's just an hour. It's just 3 hours of me sucking Rogan's dick. I'm good on that, big dog. I'm good on that, big dog. I'm fucking good. What an absolute donut, innit? Like, I don't even know what's worse about him. His narcissism. He's sucking up stuff that he does. Like. This like thing that he has where he has like an outsized, this like constant going at the whole woke thing. I don't know. Oh, he's just he's terrible, man. He's terrible. He's a terrible person. Like, legitimately impossible to like. I'm not gonna lie. He is really impossible to like. He's got a face of somebody you just want to ram through a wall. Like, oh yo. Yeah, no thank you for Jeff Dye for me, mate. No fucking thank you. And to continue on with the Jeff Dye fucking vomit-inducing content, look at this little clip of him that he posted on his fucking Twitter, by the way, of him glazing Brendan. He posted a clip of himself glazing Brendan on Rogan. Could you imagine that?
I have a great Lakers hookup. I go to all the Lakers games. I invited Brandon Schaub when we first became friends. I said, you want to come to the Lakers game with me? You'll like it. We'll meet the owner. It'll be great. So that's what my only kind of flex, you know, that I can bring people to these kind of things. I don't have a lot to offer, but I can offer that. So he's like, yeah, I'll pick you up. Brandon Schaub comes to my house like in a race car. I mean, this thing it's got the big spoiler on the back. We're both big guys. I'm 6'4". I don't know how tall he is, but he's taller than me. And we're in this tiny thing in traffic.
He's definitely not 6'4", by the way. Everyone lies. Brendan isn't like 6'7", and he's not 6'4". That's for sure. He's definitely not 6'4".
On the one-on-one going to a Lakers game, and we can barely talk. We're both talkers, you know? And it's like the whole time. Halfway through the drive, even though we were like new friends at the time, I'm like, what made you pick this car? You have other cars. And he goes, well, you're like a little kid, and my son loves this car, so I picked it because of you.
You're like a little kid. That's hilarious.
And he was right, because when he pulled up, I was like, oh, this is awesome. But then I got in, and I was like, bro, we're not built for this thing. It's tiny.
Rogan laughing like he heard the funniest joke. So Rogan refused to laugh at some of Theo's zingers and stuff, right? But this guy bringing up... As much as I dislike this human, I've got to rate his ability to fucking lick ass. His bootlicking abilities is pretty high level, I'm not going to lie. He knew exactly what he was doing by sharing this story about Brendan. This little anecdotal nonsense going nowhere story was a good way to butter up Rogan. So Rogan knows he's safe. Rogan knows he's one of the good ones, you know? Rogan knows he can be trusted because he's got the back of somebody that Rogan seems to have a lot of time for, which is Brendan. But no thank you, man. I'm annoyed. This guy's just too much for me. And of course he posts a picture. This was the car. Is this a picture that he took, or is this a picture that Brendan sent to him and said, yeah, post a picture? This is the car that Brendan scooped me up in, at Rogan HQ. The ats are making me more angry, I'm not gonna lie. And he posts a picture. This is the car that he picked me up. Oh, imagine glazing Brendan, by the way. Imagine being down bad enough in your life where you're glazing Brendan Schaub. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine that be my life. I couldn't fucking imagine. Okay, cool. Let's move on from that one. We did this, we did that. Let's do bear with me a second here. Where am I gonna go? The experience. No, it's not that one. Cool. I think it's this one. Yeah, cool. Let's switch over quickly and check over CARWOW before we go on to what we're gonna do. Is it golden hour? So let's just check out CARWOW and see this. This is a new VW, a new Volkswagen that just dropped in yellow, by the way. It looks kind of ugly, but it does look kind of cool. I'm not too sure if it's meant to be an SUV or a hatchback. It looks like a hybrid, I don't know, but I'm curious to see because I've not heard anything decent from VW in a while. Volkswagen's kind of been a bit dead, so I'm curious to see what this is saying.
This is the new Volkswagen T-Roc, and I've come to Volkswagen's plant where they build the thing in Portugal, so there might be a bit of noise going on in the background. Anyway, apparently this car is bigger, cooler and posher than before, and in this video I'm going to talk you around the exterior. Trim tailpipes will look cool on this. Going to show you the interior.
What are we saying about LEDs? I'm kind of a bit over this LEDs in the interior thing. Like all the interiors looking like fucking, you know, plane cockpits and stuff, or like I don't know, whatever that design is. Like I'm not the biggest fan of these LED strips in cars anymore. I'm kind of over the LED strips thing, the RGB code, the RGB color thing. Oh, no, thank you.
Look, there's little swimmers. I'm going to compare it to the previous generation car, and I'm going to show you a different trim level to the one I've got here. I'm also going to try out some of its new technology. I can't believe it's going to get through here. This is just nonsense. Take it for a drive. So this is just wonderful. See how practical it is? Maybe I need to fill it with litres of water. Tell you what's good about it. There we go. Notice that this centre wheel cap on the new car is further back than the one on the old car by 3 centimetres. It has a 3 centimetres longer wheelbase, and that's important. We'll get onto that in a bit when I check out the practicality. But also, if you look at the rear end of it, you'll notice that it's significantly longer. So overall, this car is 12 centimetres longer than the old one, and that means you get more boot space, and we'll come to that as well later. But that isn't the only key thing about this new version. One of the other great things about being based on the Tiguan platform is that you have all of its driving aid technology. So as well as your adaptive cruise control with lane keeping assist, it can actually change lanes for you if you use the indicator. It also has a function where you can move the car in and out of a parking space using an app on your mobile phone. Now, we've seen that on other cars before. What I haven't seen on another car before though is an ability to record a parking maneuver. Get out the car, then get it to do that maneuver, so you don't have to keep on doing the same thing over and over again if you've got an awkward parking space. So often when I'm filming, we'll film the front of a car.
I don't know, it looks a bit ugly, I'm not gonna lie. And again, it's got that new age grille design that I fucking hate. Every car company's making this grille now. Every car company's making these grills. I hate this. I hate this design. It's fucking awful. So yeah, whatever. I thought it'd be better than that. Apologies. That car looks fucking butters. No thank you. No fucking thank you. Talking about no thank you. Look what's happened with David. This David case is fucking crazy, man. This David case is crazy. So I'm going to read to you a couple of articles that kind of give us an update on what's going on. But essentially, the earlier, I think there was an article or there was news from a few weeks ago that said that David wasn't a suspect in the death of this 15-year-old girl, right? Celeste. Allegedly, they were saying, I remember reading somewhere that he was no longer a suspect or something, which made no sense really, right? Considering what we know so far about the death of that young lady. It just seems most likely he's going to be the one that's going to be responsible for it. But we've got some updates that kind of throw that stuff out the window, because I guess that earlier report was a bit misleading too. It wasn't that he wasn't a suspect, it was like they were keeping their options open. Anyway, I'll read some of the headlines to you. So, courtesy of TMZ, investigators view him as a suspect, David, in the Celeste Rivas apparent homicide. So now he's being viewed as a potential suspect. It says here, courtesy of TMZ, David is viewed as a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas, the teenager who was found decomposing in a Tesla. Law enforcement sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. As far as we know, there is no paperwork classifying David as a suspect, but as one of our sources told us, investigators are looking at David as a suspect. Exactly. You'd think would have to be, because of the amount of time he spent with her, and because he was probably one of the last people to see her alive and speak to her regularly. So you'd imagine just because of that alone, he'd have to be the suspect. Like usually in most cases when, a spouse dies, most likely they kind of go to the other person, and they're usually the one that's a suspect straight off the bat. Now it can transpire later on down the way through questioning and investigation that maybe you're not the suspect, but in the beginning it should always be somebody that's close to you, because that's the only person that could do something like that to you in the first place. It continues, it says, we're also told by their viewing Celeste's death as a homicide. Even though the medical examiner has yet to determine the cause of the manner of death, investigators are still awaiting toxicology reports. One source claims a police investigation revealed that around the spring of 2025, David took a trip in the middle of the night to a remote area of Santa Barbara County, remained there for several hours. It's also unclear why a trip would be on LAPD's radar. We have not been able to find a photo or video of Celeste since September 2024. That's one update. Another update here, which is kind of scary, kind of crazy by the way. Another update is this. Celeste Rivas, a second suspect has been identified. They've identified a second suspect, last person to use David's Tesla. So let's quickly read through this. It says LAPD homicide detectives have ID'd a second suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas, and it's someone who law enforcement say could be involved before, during, and after. I don't know if that's the assistant or the camera guy thing, I'm not too sure, but that's a crazy development. It says Mark Gregos dropped the new info on the latest Two Angry Men podcast after speaking with people directly involved in the case. Gregos says that law enforcement have done a stunningly impressive job connecting the dots to this case using a combination of cell phone and Tesla data along with location mode on social media. Gregor said that Harvey, whoops, my bad, click that link there. Gregor said that Gregos and Harvey, have both independently confirmed that sources that are central part of case of the mystery death, Gregos and Harvey both independently confirmed that sources, with a central part of the case since the mysterious trip David took into a remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night. So there's this, I guess there's an issue. I don't know what the issue would be, but I guess there's some sort of confusion on issue with the fact that he went to this random trip on the last year somewhere in the middle of the desert. They think that is suspicious. Not too sure why, but this might be big part of the case, I guess. Based on various conversations with sources, it appears investigators believe that Celeste's body may have been in the car. Oh, he might have gone there. Okay, cool, I get it. Gregos insinuates various data shows that the second suspect may have also been in the vehicle. So there may have been somebody who might have helped him dump the body or something, or do away with the body, whatever the term is. The medical examiner is not his concern with death. Cool. And then there's another update here, which is really heartbreaking, by the way. This update is super heartbreaking. The body found in a frozen state. This is more details of how the body was found and shit. Celeste Rivas' body was found in a frozen state. The cause of death may never be determined. So people are hinting at the fact that maybe this David kid had purposely frozen her body, like dismembered it and froze it so that they could avoid or limit the chances of him getting caught, because they weren't going to be able to ascertain cause of death. There'd be no prints, whatever else Malaki was involved, which sounds crazy, and that sounds very psychotic and premeditated. That's the case. Let's read the article. It says here Celeste Rivas' body had been frozen, and as a result it looks like the LA County medical examiner will not be able to establish a cause of death, which is fucking frightening. Sources directly connected with the investigation tell TMZ. According to those sources, the medical examiner received the body in a horrendous condition. It was decapitated, and while the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed and cut into multiple pieces. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dexter, innit? Isn't that what Dexter does? I wonder if he got a little bit of this idea from Dexter. Isn't that what Dexter does, right? He cuts off the limbs and stuff into it's like 7 pieces and puts it into a black bin bag. I wonder if that's like a Dexter technique. I don't know. We're told all of the body parts were partially frozen and had oh yeah, that's what he does. He freezes them and he puts them in a wood chip in or something, and apparently had been thawing out while sitting in the trunk of David's car. Remember, or maybe they froze it to kind of avoid the smell initially. I don't know, but it's just scary either way. Remember, David's vehicle had not been moved for several days when it was parked in Hollywood Hills, or the Hollywood Hills street near his rental home, which resulted in it getting towed and then the body being found. As TMZ reported, his body was in such a bad shape initially, investigators did not know it was a male or a female. Oh my god. The body was so decomposed, they couldn't even tell what gender it was. Are you insane? When the body was received by the ME's office, the initial determination was that a victim of an apparent homicide, but our sources say that the ME is now having trouble establishing an official manner cause of death, and it will most likely be undetermined. One source connected with the investigation tells TMZ and the LAPD's robbery homicide division is viewing Celeste's death as a homicide, and even if the official cause of death is undetermined, authorities may come forward with an arrest. Fucking crazy. RIP to Celeste Rivas, man. RIP to that young lady. RIP to that young girl. She went out in the most brutal way possible, it feels like. But I just hope justice is made, man. I hope that, whoever's responsible, whether it's David or whoever else, I hope that they are punished, because this is kind of crazy, man. That girl was 15 years old, bro. Like, this is a definition of like grooming and shit. I mean, 15 years old. Scary situation, man. But RIP Celeste Rivas. Hopefully the right conclusion comes at the end of this. Hopefully right conclusion comes at the end of this. And then we got this close here to follow up with. This is an update on AKAASH Singh's wife. I'm sure some of you guys are wanting to know this. An update on AKAASH Singh's wife. It said they censored Andrew every time he mentioned KAKAASH 22 in a last Patreon episode. So they did a Patreon episode of Guess a Flagrant, and there were some mentions of AKAASH's name, it seems like. Let's zoom in a little bit on this. This is funny if true. Allegedly, there was some mentions of fucking AKAASH on the Fragrant Pod Patreon. On the
it's like how politicians will skirt out
like
of
you were
stuff.
speaking AKAASH language.
Whoa, no, go. Can't bring that up.
Hold on, look at this guy right here, man.
They're yeah.
But not everybody is.
But why can't you bring it up? Like, again, comedians, they're such, I won't say it's pussies, but they're so afraid of like upsetting people. I remember, maybe because it's just one big emotional fucking pile-on and mix-up, but I don't get this like, oh no, we can't say this, we can't say that. It's like, aren't you comedians? You should be able to say what the fuck you want as long as it's funny, you know? Like, what is this? Like, it's so bizarre.
The God-fearing man.
Y'all are.
Yeah, but that's us.
So we can interview him.
I'm never saying we can't interview him.
So walk it through. He says no.
I think we should do it at WTF Media Studios. I think it should be a
I would love
WTF
that.
Media Studio
I would love
production,
that.
and we do it all over.
Oh, that was crazy. Cut that.
This is a Patreon episode, right? This is meant to be a Patreon episode and they're cutting stuff. Jesus Christ, okay.
I'm gonna cut it out. What do you think?
What did you want to cut?
I don't know. I don't even know.
What did you want to cut?
I don't even know.
Also, how would you do it? What would you just leave this really funny part in and then cut a random part and then we come back with
Yeah, absolutely do that.
So what would happen? What was happening in that moment? Were you getting a little wild?
Nah, you said AKAASH and then it was a cut.
I see.
See, there we go.
I see. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
My boys.
I think Bill Cosby. We should bring him back.
So it seems like my guess is probably right, that his friends know that he's married a nightmare. It seems like all his friends probably don't agree with the wedding, with the marriage itself. They probably think he's bad news. They probably they've probably got a sly bet going on between each other as to when she would end up probably leaving him or when he would end up leaving her. Yeah, that's what I get. I get the feeling that his boys, AKAASH's boys, know that Jocelyn's a nightmare, that she's a real piece of work, and they're just trying to be extra polite about it in general. That's what I can tell.
I don't think he's innocent either. I think he got let out on it.
Guys.
No.
If he makes you cut it all, you better tell me.
I will. I will.
No, wait, no.
I want to hear all that same energy. I want to hear all that same energy.
I want to cut. I'm saying it right now.
All right, well, you want to start
Where's
the
all
whole
this
section
dust
over?
coming from? This is disgusting. You see all this shit?
Oh yeah.
Jesus
that's a little
Christ.
dust.
Like a subway scene.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we got a little dust going on. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about, man?
Nothing now. Can't have no fun in this bitch.
You just too pussy to have fun.
Well, then have fun with me. So
I'm
then we
having
all
fun.
putting our
I'm
neck
having
out
fun,
there.
and then you just saying cut that fun shit that I said.
No, yeah, you said. I like that.
I started to have fun.
I like that.
And then you were like, nah, cut that. That was crazy.
I like
that thing I
All
said.
right, that's a smooth one. All right.
I hate you, bro.
Love you.
Can I raise a hypothetical?
Yes.
Miles and I had a big argument about.
I like that because it's too fucking in that shit.
We're leaving it in.
I'm curious to see what will happen when he gets on the pod. Once AKAASH is back from vacation, I'm curious to see the dynamic between each other when he gets back on the pod, because it's one thing your friends knowing that you're dating, some horrendous money digging kind of person who's always complaining, bitching and moaning, doesn't want to do the laundry, doesn't want to help out with the kids at home, zero, just wants to, take selfies and walk around and shit. How do you tell them to fix up? That's the issue. How do you tell them to fix up? Like, how do you go about telling your friend that they're in a shitty situation and that they should keep their one eye open? How can you tell your friend, someone that you kind of rate, that you don't respect or like their fucking partner because of the color of their jacket? I don't know, whatever. It just comes across like it's not going to be the hardest conversation to have, It won't be fucking difficult. Let's see how it pans out. Let's see how it pans out for them. Moving on, a couple of new clips as well about Jaslene, actually. Courtesy of the flagrant subreddit. Let's quickly go through those. There are a couple new ones I think I saw. There we go. I think we might have seen this before, actually, but let me just double check again. Virginity is now a social construct, guys. It's whatever you decide it is.
This comment is so fucking...
By the way, that's really funny, though. Virginity is now a social construct. You decide what it is. That is so hilarious.
gross to me. Excuse my face, I just got a Fraxel, so it looks a little crazy, but it's like, who the fuck are you to talk about when I lost my fucking virginity? I will talk about it because it's my fucking sexuality and it's my fucking story. So sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. And also, do you think AKAASH never touched a fucking woman before he met me? Like, we both hooked up with people, we both were in relationships, and then together we both lost our virginity. So sit the fuck down. You're like, just unfollow me. You're so annoying.
Yeah, I don't believe her. I don't fucking believe her. I don't believe her a single bit there. She's probably got a very different definition of what virginity means, you know? You know, there's some girls out there that are like, oh yeah, you know, I was a virgin, but really it's just, you know, whatever. I don't know. Let's continue. There's another one as well I saw here. There we go. Another excruciating watch. I don't know if this is new.
Do you know what I get irrationally mad at you about? Is like when you cough. And when you sneeze, because when you cough, it's so loud that it pierces my skull in an indefinable way. So
it's rude.
It's blatant.
It's rude of me.
Can I finish my thought?
No, I'm helping you.
It's no, you don't know what you don't know what I'm gonna say.
No, but
I get it's playful, right? I get it's playful and stuff. This banter that they have, or her sense of humor is very like, you know, black and white in that sort of style. But I just struggle with the idea that, you know, clear to read neon lines and stuff are infinitely better than, you know, anything else out there. But yeah, this lady, man, I don't know what's wrong with her, man. Like, not every day is like teased. I don't know, whatever. Maybe every day is tease day. Maybe every day is domination day. I don't know.
I can tell.
No, but you actually don't know what I'm gonna say.
I should be quiet like this.
Yeah.
This sounds pleasant to me.
You have a little spinach in your tooth.
Blueberry. Thank you.
Sweetest batch. Little bitch. This is the thing about AKAASH. He only sneezes in pairs. That's not a lie. Every time he sneezes, are you fucking
What? I'm trying to tell them why you get annoyed by me. Just like really paint the picture, you know?
I'm actually pissed at you.
What? I was trying to give you ammo.
No, like I'm I'm actually pissed at you. No.
Okay.
I'm actually pissed.
Oh, that voice. That fucking voice. Those fucking teeth. Yeah, why is she like this, you think? Like, did she not get any attention at home? Like, why is she like this? So fucking intense. Like, it's just too much, man. Like, she needs to definitely tone her personality down. You know, people say it sometimes. It was used as a sort of like, you know, derogatory term, you know? Yeah. Oh, she's a psycho.
At you, because that was really fucking annoying. But you just no.
They're gonna call. Do you want to call CPS next door like we did on them?
Shut up. That was a lie. We didn't do that. Okay, so the thing about AKAASH is that he sneezes in doubles. That's not a lie. Every time I can't even fucking finish my thought.
Triples. I sneezed in triples.
Every time he sneezes, he at least sneezes twice. What the fuck is your problem?
What a fucking angel. What a fucking angel AKAASH is married to. What an absolute angel he's married to. What an absolute angel. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that being a missus? Could you imagine that being a missus? Could you imagine? God almighty. Cool. Let's go to the
powerful bunch.
Yo, big up.
You are an internet thought. Your husband is a lil bum ball washer. You do nothing other than look pretty and be married to said lil bum.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here, you annoying trifling South Asian Joanna Zanella SCHAUB.
she's just too much for me, man. She's just too much for me. She's simply just too much. It's just too much. And I still can't work out if she's trolling or is that her personality, you know? I'm still confused. I don't know if that's actually her or not, you know? I'm still confused. I'm still fucking confused. But anyway, let's continue. What's you guys saying in the stream chat? Big up NJ. But you know what I mean by personality? Like, I don't know, maybe because I've bumped into this. You know, there are some people that have that personality that she has, but they're not trying to be mean. It's just how they are. You know? Like, I don't know if she's actually, like, I think it's worse if she's not actually like that and she's just trying to be a fucking pain in the ass to fucking, what's his fucking name? For just for no reason, you know? Like, she seems like she enjoys what she does. It seems like she's not, I don't know. I'm confused if this legit, if she's just a bitch. It's just confusing. Because sometimes you look at her and the way they the way they communicate, you can sometimes see there's some little like sprinkle of love there. You know? When you see how they kind of communicate with each other and act, there's a little bit of love there. You can see that there's some, like, you know, feelings there. But then when she opens her mouth and starts talking about the things she doesn't like, and then most things she doesn't like, you know, you can find in fucking, you know, what's his fucking name, AKAASH and shit. That must be a bit wild. And just in general, the fact that, you know, AKAASH looks the way that he looks. Like, maybe there's only a certain limit for, you know, anybody to take that on top of them. But anyway, let's continue. Let's do golden hour. Let's do a little bit of gold. Actually, you know what? Should we do... Yeah, let's do a little bit of golden hour and then we'll switch over and do a bit of chin and then we'll do the rest of it. So let's switch over and do a little bit of golden hour. Golden hour. Is it this episode, right? Is it a new one? This is a new one, right? This one right there, I think it's a new one. Let me get this out of the way there. I think the new one's the one that's there, right? Episode number, what's that? 159.
I said
they haven't done that many episodes, isn't it? They must. I wonder if they skipped some time. They've only got 159 episodes.
Calvin, I said, like, I've made fun of him before, and he says, "Hey, are you making fun of me? Are you laughing at me?" And I was like, and I have to.
Oh, it's Calvin's Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Calvin can't think a joke. What am I, a clown?
What am I, a clown to you?
I'm your amusement.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm your fucking amusement.
I'm here for you. This is what this is just. So.
We always comment about Eric Griffin's laugh. We always say something about Eric Griffin's laugh. It's not going to change it. I don't want to waste my time. Like, his fucking fake laugh, like just the Uncle Tom. It's very Uncle Tomish the way he laughs and it's creasing and yeah, whatever. It's Eric Griffin, isn't it? He's a fucking bozo. Oops.
We're not going to do that.
Bad ideas.
Well, yeah, there are bad ideas, but anyway, I'll tell you what, it was a bad idea for me this morning.
Macros?
No, you know what? I want to get it. I thought about it on the way here. I thought about how to ask you this. So, have you ever put your underwear on backwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I the only person I can hear like an echo, or is that me in my headphones? Maybe I can feel like an echo, or is that chin production skills? Can you guys hear an echo? Or am I bugging out? Can you guys hear an echo as he's talking?
I know that because you're you. Now,
well,
that's not the question.
And then we got to take a pause. And what the fuck does that mean?
No, so here, yeah. No, so the question for you is, my underwear are on backwards. Okay, I put them on.
It's gone now. It's gone now. It must have been chin. It's gone now. It's gone now. It's gone now. It must have been chin. It must have been fucking Chin. He's so bad at his job. It must have been Chin fucking up the audio levels. It's gone now, but it definitely was there. Oh, fucking Chin. He's so bad at his job, man. He's so terrible. No, actually, I take it back. This isn't Chin, right? Isn't this Nick? This is a combination of Nick and Chin. Nick and Chin fucked up something. Oh my God, Nick and Chin. You have one job.
Backwards by mistake.
Because you're you.
No, it's not something I would normally do.
I think it's something you would do.
Well, I've never done it. Maybe once. I don't know. But anyway.
Wait, what kind of underwear?
Just a boxer briefs.
Well, that makes sense. Boxer briefs are easy to put on backwards.
Okay, fair enough. But anyway, so I put them on backwards. Now, I woke up. I had to take Calvin to school. So I was like, I was tired. I didn't want to wake up at 7 something, right?
Yeah.
And I put my underwear on.
This has become a dad cast now, right? This has become a dad cast, comedy dad cast. Great. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that's not a thing. I'm kind of surprised that none of these, maybe because the podcast bubbles burst, sorry. But I'm surprised there's not a comedian out there or a group of comedians have decided to do like, we're stand-up comedians and we're parents, and they've kind of make like a podcast about it, where they kind of talk about their kids and how to adjust. And I don't know. I'm surprised it's not a thing. I'm just surprised that someone's not tried to grift it.
And I didn't realize until 30 minutes ago, I was like, what is my underwear doing? And because the fly is up my ass, right? And so I'm like, oh, I put them on backwards. And so I guess the question I have that I want to pose is, because I was thinking about this on the way here, do you think that that's something I did because it was early in the morning and I was tired? Yeah. Or do you think that that's something that could happen in the afternoon if you put on underwear?
I think if you're not paying attention.
Right. Of course it could happen anytime. But I think that it happened because I got up too quick and I was too tired.
Yeah.
What a riveting story, by the way. That's how they open the pod. That's how they opened the pod, mate. What a riveting story. I can't get enough. I honestly cannot get enough of this.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Okay. But I think if I didn't, I don't think it would have happened.
I just think that if you wake up, you're tired, you're like,
okay, big up Coilo. Dad pods are a thing. They all follow Alex Hormozy and try to sell merch before having followers. It's always 4 dads in golf shirts and snapbacks saying crushing it for 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, cool. I thought that had to be a thing. There's no way that's not a thing. Okay, cool. That sounds very broadcasty as well. Big up, Coiler.
I gotta take my kid to school, and you're like, okay. Your wife's saying something to you, you do it like this. You're like this. Okay. You know what I mean? And then you put on your underwear wrong, and you're just like, the thing about boxer briefs is you can't tell until
it's too late.
Until you're trying to go to the bathroom, and you're like, where's the hole?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a grown-ass man. I think I could tell if I've got my underwear back to front. If I've got it inside out. I think I can tell. These guys I can't tell probably were just, geeked out of their mind before they called so-and-so, But yeah, I don't think so. I think you can tell. I definitely think you can tell. Let's continue.
Yeah, and you go shit out your fly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what I brought to the table today, and that's the only thing I brought to the table today.
When Brendan gets here, we should ask him who he thinks in the room put down there.
Oh, I know who will say.
Oh, I know who he'll say. Which is rude and disrespectful.
But he'll be wrong. You know what I mean? But he'll be wrong.
Joe Rogan.
Super rude and disrespectful.
Anyway,
you know what I
mean? Well, no, because you've probably done it a bunch of times.
Why is it that I have to have done it a bunch of times?
Because you don't seem like somebody who really cares about how they put their underwear on. One of us put our underwear.
Hello, boys.
One of us.
Not gonna lie, that sounds like a diss. I won't be happy about that. Not gonna lie, that sounds like a diss.
One of us put our underwear on backwards today.
Who do you think it is?
Someone in this room.
Is Nick still in Austin?
Nope, I'm here.
Nick's right here.
So it's Nick, Casey, Eric, Chris. I'm definitely saying Nick or Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it was me.
It's Chris.
Isn't that weird? Doesn't seem like something I'd do, but I did it. 45 and driving.
How did that happen?
It was early, and I don't know. I don't know.
Define early, Chris.
It was early. I was rushing. I had to bring Calvin to school. I must have been like 7 something.
And it just felt spacious in the front, right? You're just kind of like,
no.
This is weird.
No, honestly, what happened was I felt cramped in the back. I'm like,
what was so funny? Like, is this like a tick he has? Maybe it's just a nervous tick that he does. What was so funny in that little private conversation that'd make you want to do all that? God almighty, dude.
Why? Spacious in the front, cramped in the back.
Yeah. So it was weird. But anyway, I've done that maybe once before in my life, you know, and this is the second time. So I guess it's just going to happen more probably as I get older, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. How often you guys change undies? You every day type of guy?
Yeah, of course. And also more than that. Because sometimes I sweat. And
Here comes the most disgusting part of the pod, I'm assuming, right? Here comes the most disgusting part of the pod where we get a glimpse into Brendan's personal hygiene situation. Let's see. It's going to be fucking awful. It's going to be like, you know, washes his armpits a couple of times a day, a week or something. Let's hear what he has to say.
if I work out, I'll change my underwear. I mean, bro, how often do you change your underwear?
Obviously not enough with that response.
I'm not a smelly guy, man.
I think he's lying, by the way. I think he's lying. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Joanna lets him walk around in boxes that are like 5 years old, you know, or get up to the bed. Like, it's not happening. It's not happening. So I think he's definitely lying. 100% he's definitely lying, like he always does, isn't it? Lying with his sister Tori, had all this stuff going on. He's just a weird lass. Music aside, you know, context of the music aside, very, very strange lass.
You're not a smelly guy. Who decides that? You?
It doesn't matter though. Hold on a second. 2 or 3, bro. You have like people. You don't do your laundry, right? Or do you?
Is that okay? No, come on.
Okay, so whoever's doing it, have them do it more or get more underwear.
Yeah.
Well, that's not.
Oh no, it's not. It's not a laundry issue. It's not because it's not clean. They're in the drawer ready to go. Or she'll get a backhand. Yeah.
Wait, who does your? Well, you know you have cleaning ladies and stuff, but do they do the laundry? Or
My wifey does laundry, man.
Yeah.
We're not that rich.
I do my laundry. I love it. I
You
love
do
to
your
it.
laundry?
I mean, not all the time, but yes.
Gay.
I thought he was gonna say Joanna does the laundry as like a misogynist thing, you know. He does the laundry because that's where they belong. You know, I thought he was gonna say something like that. I thought he was gonna say something like that, but I guess he was being more charitable.
No, I love it.
No, that's just what I can see you loving that. That's
I do love it.
It's such a great thing for someone with OCD.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I mean?
such
I'm
an
like the
autism
accountant.
thing.
Yeah.
Only I don't kill it.
Why is he laughing like that? Nothing that is being said in that room should constitute that type of reaction. Oh my god, man. Oh my, like truly, oh my god.
Anyone, I just fold laundry and put my underwear on the wrong way.
Did you see part 2 of that?
I tried to. It was terrible.
By the way, I saw Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, you like it?
Eric?
Oh, Eric, dude.
I didn't even say anything.
He didn't like it.
Bro, come on, man. That movie's so fucking good. I watched it a second
this
time
is what
last
my issue.
night.
This is my issue with it. Okay.
God, he's always got over glaring issue. And
Here we go.
What
Can I
is
just?
it?
Is it okay if I say my issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, say your issue.
Don't set up a sequel. Just finish the fucking movie. Finish the story. Finish the story.
So you think that they set up a sequel? How?
They didn't finish anything. He just
You must hate Jurassic Park then.
She's there with the guy, and then he's like, they reconcile, and he leaves, and that's it. No,
the guy dies.
They're
though.
setting up.
The girl dies. His love dies. So the sequel is going to be probably
she
making the
didn't
girl
really.
right.
She's not necessarily dead, and we didn't see what happened there. They left a lot.
Oh, he's such an interesting person to look at, isn't he?
It was a very ambiguous ending.
Maybe that's the adult stuff. Maybe the adult stuff doesn't include the full Navy kind of varsity. It's kind of like, you know, split color. Maybe because Court's got a date coming up. Maybe, you know, feeling head like these sort of stuff ain't gonna help. I don't know.
Because I think they're gonna make another one.
I honestly,
I didn't like the ending.
Honestly,
Casey's shaking his head.
I thought the main relationship was the monster and his father, and they closed the loop on that. Hello.
Yeah,
yes,
good idea.
Yes, Case.
They sort of closed the loop.
No, they
Also,
didn't. He said he'd said I love you and let him die peacefully.
Yeah.
Like
I
that
forgive
was-
you and all that. I know, but you can't just. So he just, after killing 17 sailors, he just gets to walk off the in the ice and he's done.
Yeah, because the captain said that he's cool. He's like, he's cool. He's cool. Be
Good
cool,
use
man.
of hello, how he did it. He goes hello afterwards. That was good use. But
I just think it wasn't enough
Eric,
for me.
outside the ending, did you enjoy the movie overall?
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. I know what you're saying too, though, about like what you were saying before about he was a little.
It was a little Twilighty.
He was a little attractive.
Yeah.
You know,
it's fine. It's just it was just like a little Twilighty.
but here's my thing too. Like you're putting your monster back together.
You want the best shit.
No, but also like, does he need a dick? Like, what was the point of that?
Did they put the dick on?
you could when you see that he obviously with the bandages he's like obviously has a package.
Oh, interesting.
I just
maybe he did put a nose there. You don't know.
Or maybe there's nothing.
That'd be actually great. Imagine getting a nose,
extra mouth.
you smell before you go in.
This guy's driving me nuts, bro. This guy is driving me nuts. The laugh, the fake laugh. Like, this has to be like a nervous tic, isn't it? This has to be like a form of Alzheimer's. No, sorry. This has to be a form of fucking, what's the other, not Alzheimer's. What else makes you forget? This has to be, like, what the fuck is he doing? One by one, just scaring all the hoes. Like, relax, man. Relax.
Oh, fuck.
It would be like this. Or you gotta go like this.
I'll tell you what, though, fellas. Stranger Things season 5 coming up.
Don't care. Bye.
Honestly, you know what? I would.
They're still in high
If
school.
I'm gonna watch that, I'm actually literally gonna have to go back and watch the other seasons.
I thought it was over already.
Wait. Real shit. Not even making a joke. I have no idea what's going on Stranger Things.
I don't even know what you're talking about Frankenstein. I saw that last week.
No good.
I genuinely, I'm like, did they left it open? What?
With Stranger Things, that's such a gift, Eric. I forgot too. And then when you rewatch it, you're like, oh, this is why this show was so goddamn litty. It's so good.
I saw 3 episodes. I go, this show sucks.
Yeah, I can see you not liking it.
It's all style.
God, you're a hoe.
It's
all style, dude.
Too supernaturally.
No, I like supernatural stuff, but it's all style.
You know, this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. So the guy, David Harbour, he gets accused of being a bully by Millie Bobby Brown on the show. You know what I mean? That's like a whole thing, right?
I heard about that, but I thought it was debunked.
But then at the premiere, though, they're standing there together.
Right.
Hug.
He's surprised that 2 co-workers could be cordial and professional and go like, what? The things that he's discovering in his grown-up age is fucking fascinating. He didn't know that you could still be friends with people who are considerably younger than you because you both work in the same place. You share a shared vision. If they need you, they'll come back to you and vice versa. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Honestly. Weird legend, the guy. Weird fucking legend. Never lose much. What's that one saying?
So it's like, what was that all about?
Sounds like an issue that they need to work out themselves.
Yeah. It just was weird.
I don't know.
I don't care. 11 and Hopper, I don't give a fuck.
David Harbour, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't he look like a guy that would be like a dick?
Yeah. Wait. When I read the thing, it was like, it said there was no inappropriate behavior or sexual conduct. He was just a bully. It sounded to me, I was like, oh, somebody's just sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
He might look like a dick on set.
Yeah. No, he's cool. I like that guy. He looks cool.
Or he's awesome, and it's just gossip.
Yeah, okay. Well, didn't he play Hellboy too, this guy? Yeah, I think
absolutely not. That's Perlman.
No, I think they made a new one with him.
They could have.
I think they made a new one.
He's really good
in the past
the Marvel movies. I love this guy. He's great in.
Look it up, David Harbour, Hellboy. And
Perlman's my.
I love all the awkward fucking silences, and no one's sure what to say. They're just rambling about anything. No real structure. No real topics to go through. The only topic they seem to really have dialed in is this what's that thing called? The chin fucking segment at the end. I forgot the fucking name of it. But that's the only thing that they seem to be having a plan of what to do. Everything else is being freestyle, but it sounds like it's kind of meandering. It's not really going anywhere. And then you've got Eric in the corner just cackling away at the fucking mere sound of a hot dog. He's going to go fucking ape shit. So it's too much, man. Too many rules in general. And just too much. This whole thing is just shocking. This might actually be, I think I've said it before, I think this might be the worst show in Thick Boy, When you think about all the other ones, I think this might be even worse than SCHAUB show. This might be the worst show, I think. Definitely the worst fucking football show, I think. Or sorry, the worst fucking comedy podcast. This is the worst fucking comedy podcast of that fucking conglomerate, which is Thick Boy.
Perlman did it, and he was.
It was great.
Good. No, that I didn't.
You don't even remember Frankenstein, so how are you going to make a comment?
There you go. Look at that. Hey, dude, fact check me if you want, but it's right there. Dalia was wrong, but he was right.
I don't like it. It.
Still happened.
And it was the disaster. Says this one bombed. Perlman's crushed.
Yeah, Perlman was a good Hellboy. Yeah, he was a good Hellboy. Yeah,
there you go.
I do remember that. They made 2, right?
So can I tell you about my weekend?
Well, when did you get sick?
Sure.
Okay.
Eric.
So 6 flights.
You shit your pants?
Brendan, don't.
6 flights.
Sorry.
6 flights.
Ain't nothing.
In 3 days.
I eat that for breakfast.
9 hours of driving.
Okay. Well, now
4 different states.
Full course meal. That's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I ended up. So I went to Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. Great club out in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I'll be in Omaha soon. Crystalia.com.
Okay. Just a.
You know what? Let's switch on something else. This is too shit. Let's switch over. We done 10 minutes on this one.
Powerful
Let's
bunch.
switch over. This is too fucking shit.
There is nothing entertaining about this. They aren't making jokes or talking about anything of substance. Hey, Hellboy was a movie. Stranger Things. Am I right? I'd rather watch Chin cook.
Funny you mentioned Chin. Let's go to Chin. Funny you fucking mentioned Chin. Funny you mentioned Chin. It's like you read my mind. Big up Asad Aziz. Funny you mentioned Chin. Let's go. Let's fuck. What's the show called? After Hour, right? After Hour Pod. Let's see. There's a new episode of Chin. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he did a QATAR stream too. Okay, they did a live stream too. Okay, cool. We'll skip through. Maybe skip through the live stream. Let's see. Did Chin join them for the live stream? Did Chin join them for the live stream? He actually looks. Not gonna lie. I know he's wearing the thing. I know that's the Palestinian thing, right? The Kaifa, the Kifa, I forgot how you pronounce it. But doesn't Nick kind of look Middle Eastern, or at least like Dagestani, with that fucking scarf over his head? He's obviously 100% white, but Nick does kind of look like he's from that region, especially the way he's cut his fucking. He's cut the mustache off and kept his beard. Let's see if we can find Chin. Let's rub through. The Chin appear? Or is this straight up these guys thing? No Chin. Looks like no Chin. Looks like no Chin. Okay, cool. Chin wasn't there. Let's go to the afterpod and see what.
But I heard you painted the town brown.
We'll do 10 minutes of this and see if this is better than Golden Hour. Let's see what they're saying here.
Down in Chin's bathroom.
He said that?
I mean, if you guys watch the stream, you could see Nick constantly going to the bathroom, right?
I did see that. Yeah.
Constantly going to the bathroom, and then finally Nick did say like, "Yeah, I just gotta go," and he's taking dumps. And so
welcome to.
They're giggling super hard talking about shit, innit? Like, it's like, okay, well, you guys aren't 10 anymore. Let's just maybe allow it.
Nick's going poop.
Dude, we start going and Nick poops immediately.
Yeah, he shook his head like he didn't have to poop. Puke.
God,
puke.
That's so funny.
But he did. He said no, but I think the lady doth protest too much. I think he's going to shit his royal buns.
Okay.
His buns be exploding, mate.
Oh, speaking of which, I got some backstory about your buns in Austin. I don't know if this is for air.
Me?
Yeah.
Buns?
Your buns. I don't know if this is for air. This might have to get cut out in post. But I heard you painted the town brown in Chin's bathroom.
He said that? Little green apple splatter?
Great.
I didn't know.
It's already better than T-Fat K. Already better than Golden Hour.
It's
super funny.
It's like if you're in a horrific car accident, like there's bodies strewn everywhere. I'm not gonna look at what I've done.
Sure.
I'm getting out of there as fast as possible.
Sure.
Before cops arrive.
Yeah, I think Chin's the inspector.
Okay, yeah.
So
Gadget.
Do you check the inside of the toilet like for splatter and stuff afterwards?
Evidently not.
Apparently no. You just said no.
That was more to be comedic and make that horrific analogy I just made.
Sure.
But if I suspect that I splattered, then I would check it, and especially in someone else's house. I guess I was just, or maybe it was in between fights, and I had to go really fast, so I didn't have time to check it. But most of the time, I don't want people to see what I've done to their thing, and I would try to clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Okay.
We could get into that.
I've wiped that toilet a number of times.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's great. It's a public space, so we kind of have to.
Yeah.
It's nice. I respect that. It kind of reminds me of the scene. Remember, I forget if it's like Scary Movie or something.
They're all just brutal, man. They're all just fucking brutal. I want to skip ahead and see what Chin's saying. Jesus Christ, bro. Like, oh yeah, this fucking co-worker fucking podcast is fucking crazy. Where does fucking Chin pop up? Let's see where Chin, because I'm not listening to these guys ramble about nothing. Okay, there's Chin. Chin popped up, there he is.
But I said the same. I sent the same message to him. Be like,
world,
pretty bold. Why don't you just mute me?
Yeah, why don't you just kick me in the nuts and spit down my throat?
I would do that.
Trying to turn.
Of course he would. Chin would definitely do it as well. You said Chin went silent when you suggested that as just an idea or something. So yeah, Chin went silent. He definitely is going to make that happen one day for sure. But yes, continue.
How dare you? By the way, when you mentioned that reminded me of some dude who's like a popular Asian podcasting. That might give it away already, but he's in the podcasting world and he's kind of famous in the podcasting world.
Just gets a point. Gets a fucking point.
He like DM'd me.
Who it is.
Yeah. He DM'd. I'll show you. I'll tell you guys afterwards.
Hurry up.
No, not David Cho's like fucking
Asian
super
podcaster.
famous.
David So.
Around that area.
I know
But
who
not-
you're
it
talking.
was-
Yeah, I know.
it
who
wasn't
is. I'm
David
just not
Soto.
gonna say it. Go ahead.
So he DM'd me. He was like, "This is before now I'm like kind of Instagram friends with a few of them, but this is before all that." He DM'd me going like, "Hey, dude, I just found out you're the producer of Fire and the Kid. That's so awesome. Just want to say what's up, man. Your Asian family, Asian this." I'm like, "Holy shit, dude! That's so cool that you just randomly messaged me that. That's super dope." He goes, "Yeah, man. I was hoping to get Brendan on the podcast too." Like, and I was like, "Oh, that's why you fucking hit me up." Which is fine, but I just don't like that whole like blow up. Oh yeah, you're Asian. Just so proud of the Asian culture, doing this and that podcasting.
Well, it's because it's phony. It's like if he had just come to you and been like, "Yo, dude, I know you're a producer. Long shot, but would Brendan be open to whatever?" But it's when you.
I would have loved that.
Oh, it was long shot.
Nice. When you are phony up front, it's like, which unfortunately is like ubiquitous in the media industry, and I'm sure other industries, but
yeah,
I guess it was just over the top in the very beginning because it was like, "Oh, dude, I'm so like you're so pumped that you're this." So I'm like, "Whoa, that's like a lot to say." And then he said the other thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of odd." Then
yeah, it negates all the nice stuff.
Yeah, a little bit at least.
Right up there.
Okay, great energy, mate. Great pod, great discussion. I see Chin is very highly wired, ready to go. He can't wait to share some of his opinions. And these guys are really happy to see Chin again since he's been away for so long, you know? This was very, very high energy, high octane. I love everything about this.
Oh, Chin, so we kind of touched on this before you joined us, and I just want to kind of close the loop on it, and then we could talk about the other stuff that you were talking about. Nick painted the town brown in your bathroom. Is that? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I mean, if you guys watch the stream, you could see Nick constantly going to the bathroom. Right?
I did see that. Yeah.
Constantly going to the bathroom, and then finally Nick did say like, "Yeah, I just gotta go, and he's taking dumps. And so the next day, I didn't expect much, right? I didn't expect much. I'm like, yeah, he just used the bathroom a lot. But then I saw some some of his poop ricocheting off the sides, and I'm like, oh, this will be fine. I use that thing. It's like the Clorox bleach thing, but it's for your toilet. And I put a lot of it on. I waited, came back and did a flush, and like almost barely anything came off. And I did it multiple times, and now it's like
oh, Jesus Christ, bro. You don't have to describe your runs in that level of detail. You can talk in generalities and give people an idea on how scary it was, the medication you're in, what they advise. I don't know, you can do it without having to wear what he wore previously. Like, he's just a mad lad, mate. But obviously, I'm happy about the diving header. That looked pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck these guys are talking about, mate. This is all over the shop today.
I literally have to go in there and like scrape, and I haven't done it yet, but I have to do it.
Can I recommend ordering a pumice stone? A nice
pumice stone?
A pumice stone. You can really scrape the inside of that ball.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so glad we're talking
It's crazy that sticks that well,
Chin,
though, Nick.
why don't you, like a man, you tell me before you tell Casey, all right? This is something we should have discussed amongst ourselves. Instead, you're sullying my good name.
How did it happen, Casey? There's a reason why it came up.
I know. I think I was saying something about the town being painted brown, and then you said
something like that.
Speaking of which,
I don't know what happened.
I'm struggling with a similar situation with Nick's recent visit.
Yes.
But besides that, we had a blast. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Blast.
Hey, can we look at the pictures in the chat that?
Oh yeah, we had a ghost on.
Yeah,
stream.
they were. I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if it was the only one who saw this, but like,
I didn't see it.
I kept taking screenshots, and it looked like there was
Okay,
some
can you show
sort
us
of
now?
spirits or something going
It
on.
was-
Oh, you freaking dude, Casey, you piece of shit.
Oh.
Look at that! Did nobody else see that?
It's on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's switch to something else. I can't do this either, man. Oh my God, this is so fucking bad. Okay, cool. Let's switch over to something else. Let's do a little bit of Joe Budden. Let's do a little bit of Joe Budden, courtesy of Danny from the Stop. Let's do a little bit of Joe Budden. Big up Danny from the Stop. The title of the video is Ish snaps on Joe Budden after being called broke. # heated. Oh, this is not gonna be. I wonder. This is. Now they're talking about money. I bet you the money conversations on the Joe Budden podcast probably stem from this article. This is a recent article Joe Budden is featured in. It says how Joe Budden made the internet work for him. As Joe Budden podcast enters its 10th year, the rapper turned media mogul opens up about building a network on his own terms, clashing with co-hosts and making away with Spotify. So yeah, this is one of those ones where he's trying to, rewrite the narrative about him out there by doing some of these good works. But we all know the truth. So let's just check it out. This is a clip from the Joe Budden podcast. Please don't take me down.
I'm not doing this. Y'all too broke for me to have to talk with. We not broke, you wasteful, and you make more money than us. Why do y'all keep doing this? You got it to buy the $80,000 boots too, so you just contradicted yourself. You talking to me? Yes, you do. What is you talking about?
Ish snaps on Joe Budden in a heated argument on the.
By the way, calling your friends broke is very lowbrow, isn't it? It's very tacky, isn't it? Like, going on your friends that way, it's very, very tacky. Like, nice brum, Jesus Christ, that guy. God almighty.
Last episode of the podcast, Ish and Joe went at it again. Now, the two have an interesting history of having some of the most explosive arguments the show has ever seen. From contract negotiations, these guys put it all on the table. Well, the latest exchange migrated from a debate about $80,000 Louis boots or Gucci, whatever they were, and they were having a discussion about what is wasteful. And Joe was saying that $80,000 boots are wasteful. But Ish would point out how Joe Budden be wasteful about a lot of things, from the sweatpants he buys to the sweaters that he buys to the sneakers.
I think this is part of the thing where he admits, I think I saw a clip running around on social of Joe Budden admitting that he spends $250,000 on fucking clothes every year. But which is sad. If I'm Paul Pogba, I would never if I'm somebody, I would never admit something like that, do you know? So if I'm Joe Budden, I would never admit I spend that much money on clothes, because he obviously looks like shit. And I just think in general, the way that he always mentions and there's always name dropping how much money he makes from the pod, I don't think it's sitting well with the co-host. Even if they're on salary, that what he makes on the pod far outstrips their salaries anyway. So it must kind of like get on his nerves, kind of piss him off a little bit. That the car's being put on stilts like that and shit. But I don't know. I just find this whole like talking about money and almost flexing on your fucking co-host, I find that sort of stuff to be really, really gross.
That he buys as well. So the undertones of this conversation was pocket watching, but it was pocket watching because the pocket watching pointed out the hypocrisy. So I don't necessarily think Ish was just hating. He was pointing out how Joe was talking out of two sides of the argument. In one moment, the boots are too expensive, but in the other, he has Van Cleef on. So eventually Ish explodes when Joe Budden hints that Ish is broke, and that makes him snap. Now, the rest of the cast is just admiring the fireworks with Mark Lamont Hill and Mona just embracing each other out of the hilarity of the situation. And it was a good exchange and indicative of how when Ish is bought in, he can really be
That's how you know Danny is toxic, innit? It was a good exchange. Look at Danny from the Stop. That's how you know Danny from the Stop is a toxic individual. It was a good exchange. Is it a good exchange though? Is this really good podcast listening experience? Hearing both of these guys scream at each other about who is broke and who isn't broke. Just some nonsense. I won't say manufactured, but some nonsense fucking debate you have with your friend that you could easily have to in private and get the message across. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's that great, but hey, what do I know?
Dynamic. But there was one issue during this whole podcast. Ish was on the phone a lot. Now, that is a problem for the podcast, and it's something that they have not been able to settle. I mean, Ish was on his phone in a way that was like, I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm on the phone from Joe.
I really don't understand why some of these like urban-based podcasts, especially, why they seem to have such a hard time with just like making the content, or just being present without getting on their phone. Like, I wonder what that is about us. What is it about us in particular where we seem to be unable to follow the rules when it comes to like phones and shit, and just not use them when you're recording for something? Focus mostly on your fucking fans and your viewers, so you can focus fully on the topic at hand and give really good impressions and review. I don't know, whatever. I just find that a bit kind of odd how most of us don't do red light therapy at all. It's just, you know, interesting.
And he was looking at his phone off to the side, but I mean, I know Flip gets castigated a lot for being on the phone, and it seemed like Ish was the only one that had this issue on the pod. Nobody else did, but only time will tell if Joe was able to stop people from being on the phone. And the reason why that may not be working is because Joe was on the phone a lot.
Exactly.
Joe also set the tempo with that type of activity because his podcast isn't really the most professional when it comes to phone usage. I mean, Joe be on the phone.
It's not professional across the board, bro. It's not professional across the board. Let's be real. You know what I mean? There's loads of videos out there of them doing madness. The church isn't successful across. Let's continue.
He allows phone calls to come on air, and not necessarily the guest phone calls. Just some random Joe Schmo can call them, and it'll be on air. What happened to Do Not Disturb? Put the phone on silent. Maybe you can edit out some of these interactions. I think the podcast likes to seem organic as a counter to shows like The Breakfast Club. But a lot of other shows I'll be watching, they don't have phone calls. Like $1 Million Worth of Game, they don't be having phone calls. Drink Champs don't be having phone calls too often. So I think it's time that they nip that in the bud strategically.
Or they don't even use their phone. That's the thing. Not even about not having phone in. They don't use their phone. For that, however long they're going to record the show, an hour, a couple hours, they will just lock in, record it, and go home and keep it moving. For whatever reason, the Joe Budden pod can't seem to keep a lid on anything. They can't seem to keep a lid on the drinking, on the excessive partying, on the noise. They don't, you know what I mean? It's just the way they do it. It's just the way they do it.
But hey, I guess they feel like if the show's working, the show's working. Now, there's been other exchanges between Ish and Joe that I found interesting. One of the most notable being when Joe Budden brought up the arrest that happened at the podcast years ago when Ish got arrested.
New Yorkers will say, "Ayo, my heart, yo, you mad tight right now, you heard? Why you jacking me so hard, my heart? Word to Mamoda. But say pause when you eat a hot dog."
That's a very good point. I never thought about that. But that's a fucking very, very good point. You're my heart. But then, yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very, 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 very good point. I love the execution, by the way. I love the execution too. So big up them, man.
Ish went to jail from work and charted him right off.
What is they talking about?
I didn't know this story, but it's interesting as hell. You care to share or no?
Nah, I'm cool.
Okay.
Now, what was interesting about this is that Ish did not seem to care for Joe Budden bringing that up. Now, why he was arrested, if I remember correct, was they were at Park's crib in the news studio at the time, and the cops came through, allegedly, like they came through and they were like, "Yo, where's the money, son? You gotta come." And he even did like time in Rikers, which is wild. Like
Jesus.
The man was in Rikers.
For child support, for unpaid child support. They locked him up in Rikers jail. Yo, the American penal system, the American fucking is insane, bro. Owing child support and ending up on Rikers Island is fucking wild.
For a little bit, and he even came back to the pod reflecting about how crazy Rikers was. So that just goes to show you that this was not something he wanted to relive. And even though Ish would eventually play around a little bit, he did not want to go through the particulars of that, and that was a dicey subject. Then a few weeks ago, there was the body shaming incident.
Act like you skinny. Talk to me about your body as a kid. You still can't. I didn't steal nothing from nobody. Don't talk to me. Your little ugly body. Everybody muted up. Take your shirt off. You
Yeah, that's right. Ish and Joe were literally going through the body shaming, making fun of each other's weight. At the time, Joe Budden was somebody who was losing weight, but then since he's
Joe's huge.
He really likes hot dogs. Like he eats a lot of hot dogs.
Joe just eats in general. Joe's in the worst shape of his life. Definitely, he's in the worst shape of his life. I saw a clip of him and his lady leaving some event or something, and he looked huge, bro. Joe Budden's really he's the kind of person that enjoys what's that meal people have a lot in America? He enjoys the fucking good mac and cheese, he enjoys a good lasagna. He also, I think he's one of those kind of guys that was really into the whole like 24-karat hot wings. Remember that? Remember when that was a thing? Remember when that was a trend where people were eating those like super carat fucking gold fucking things? So I think he does too much of that. Too many strip clubs with fucking chocolate milk and a cake. Too many dances, of course, So yeah, that's where his money goes. That's where his money goes.
Glizzies! You know the vibes.
And he's been talking about his hot dog addiction for years. I know a lot of people saying, yo, this is just because of the Fat Joe thing. No, he's been talking about how much he loves hot dogs since the beginning of the podcast. He loves him some Franks. And he talks about how he used to eat hot dogs at baseball games. I even think he used to go crazy with the hot dogs at the pool parties. This man loves himself a good old Frankfurter. And now they're engaging in body shaming each other, talking about who looks better. But we have to remember that Joe Budden's friends often on the podcast just represent a instrument for him. They're tools. They're not necessarily the people that he sees as.
Yeah, exactly. He's not big on friends. Everyone's content. Everyone is fucking content.
As, oh, these are my lifelong buddies. They're going to be with me forever. He sees them as part of his production. He sees them as part of the beat of his podcast. So Ish is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that he can play Ish, push his buttons, and take him places that he doesn't even know he's going. There's times when Ish is legitimately arguing something, and he doesn't even know that he's losing himself in the argument, and he pays lip service to it. At one point, he'll be like, yo, he's performing right now. But he gets so invested in the argument. Joe knows his buttons,
exactly.
No pun intended.
Exactly.
He knows how to pick on each cast member, and Ish is the easiest to play. Now, there's another observation I wanted.
Big up stream chat, what you guys saying? Big up Shade. Yeah, big up Shade's CARWOW one. I don't think Joe has any friends. No, I think he has friends. I just think the ones on the pod, I think it's strange because I think podcasting, or the way they podcast with this group of people in one room, it can sometimes skew your idea of how close you are with somebody, because they probably do pre-productions, they probably go out on weekends together from time to time. They sit quite close to each other. It can give you a false impression of where you're at relationship wise with that person. That's why for me I don't really been collided, you know what I mean? But I think that's what happened. So I don't think it's more to do with Joe not wanting to have friends or not being their friends. I think it's just due to the fact, I think the lines get blurred a little bit working the way these guys work. It's a bit all over the place. But you make a point. Joe is someone that has a track record with falling out with his friends. Mostly when you kind of analyze it, a lot of the stuff is avoidable, stuff that he probably could have taken to calm him down, or just in general was more self-aware of the way he kind of acts and moves out, hurt people, the blah 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 blah. But I guess that's not the case.
To make that I think ties into Joe's recent dynamic with the whole podcast, and that is Melissa Ford. So recently I was on Spaces, I believe it was yesterday, and Joe was just talking about how, yo, we doing real good. The podcast is humming along. And I couldn't help but think this is a reflection on Melissa Ford leaving the podcast. So I think, audience, that Joe feels now that Melissa Ford is gone, the podcast is humming along. It's established. Okay. There's way less tension behind the scenes. But is that really fair? Is that an honest assessment of what went down?
I don't think so.
Or is Joe Budden just, projecting that because he wants it to be that way? First of all, Ish is on his phone all the time. Mona came super late. about 23 minutes late, and she's been late a large part of her time on the show. And I know people are going to say, yo, she's coming from Philly, Delaware, whatever. You're coming once a week. And other people are also commuting as well. So there's really no excuse for that. And the whole Flip thing is on thin ice. Who knows how Flip is going to react to stuff. He's making threats about he's going to show up to the day when he's not supposed to. That's wild to me. This pod is never to be applauded for stability because at any point things can go left. So we'll have to see where that ends. Also, another observation I made is Mark Lamont Hill's rant on Brian McKnight.
You tried to start back at 1 with your kids? That might make you an... So please, don't...
This is a really good burn, by the way. This is a really fucking good burn. Big up Mark Lamont Hill. He destroyed Paul Wilson or whatever his name fucking name is. He destroyed him. Such a good reply back.
Act like you better than us. You're not. You worse than us.
I wasn't feeling that rant. A lot of people were saying, yo, Mark Lamont Hill restored the energy. It felt performative, and I know performative is what you're supposed to do on a podcast, but to me, it reeked of and one basketball. You know, like when hot sauce is dribbling. He's not really trying to blow past his man. He's just being performative for the sake of the theatrics of it all. And that's what that Mark Lamont Hill rant felt like. It didn't feel like a real game in the NBA where a player is trying to, you know, create the advantage. It felt like it could have been executed better. I also thought when Mark pretended not to know Anton Daniels' name, I was like, the dude's pretty popular. He has 1 million subscribers. He's on par with guys like Flip and Joe Budden on YouTube only, though. I mean, I'm just saying YouTube only. So, but even on Twitter, I'd be seeing viral clips. Even on Instagram, I'd be seeing viral clips of Anton Daniels. Granted, he does have what some people consider a divisive conservative ideology. But at the end of the day, he knew his name. And Anton Daniels would go online and say that Mark and his people reached out to him for an interview. And I believe that. Maybe Mark didn't know that he reached out to him for an interview, but I think sometimes a lot of folks, they reach out to so many people that they might forget that they reached out for an interview. But I just thought the rant was a little bit of an ISO that made no sense. It was like when Steve Francis used to blow by his men and then bring it back and then go by his man and then bring it back. It's like, yo, just play basketball. Just do the authentic thing. Go through the progressions. Make it real authentic to you. All right, y'all, that's my video on this subject. Jesus Remember, Christ. This whole thing was about Ish and...
Big up Danny for the stop. Big up Danny for the stop. Big up Danny for the stop. A really good summary there. I'm glad I stopped watching Jerry in full. I see the clips obviously go viral on my social, but I can't remember the last time I ever went to Winter Wonderland and stayed there from the start to the end. You know what I mean? It's really fucking fun. There's a steward telling you to fucking hurry up and try things. I don't know. It's so all over the place, man. It's so chaotic, so fucking all over the place. But what can you do? What can you do? All right, cool. Let me get the next one up on here. Make sure you smash the like button. Those of you who are watching this live, make sure you smash the like button. This is another one. What's it? Is it Jamari?
So what?
Jamari. Okay, cool. There's a new Jamari, by the way, people. A new Jamari on AKAASH. I know some of you guys have AKAASH fatigue, but we're gonna keep on going. There's a new AKAASH video by Jamari. Big up Jamari. Let's see what he has to say. His title is "This Comedian's Wife Just Ruined His Career." In brackets, AKAASH Singh. So let's see what Mr. Singh has to say.
One of the hottest topics online recently has been a stand-up comedian named AKAASH Singh and some comments that his wife has made about their life and their marriage. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Flagrant podcast starring Andrew Schultz and the man himself, AKAASH. And as far as digital media goes, comedy podcasts are not really my thing.
I've heard some legendary tipping, right? Like, you know, I remember I was hanging with Rogan once. He drops the car off. It's 100. Picks it up. It's 100.
Okay, that's aggressive.
He's responsible. I guess I just don't find either host to be particularly funny. I really think that Andrew got a career from swinging on Joe Rogan's nuts, and then AKAASH in turn did the same with Andrew. You know, this guy is actually so unfunny as a comedian that I thought for sure he was like Lily Singh's long lost brother or something like that. But it is simply not true. They actually do have two things in common though. For one, they both cannot take any sort of constructive criticism regarding their comedy.
I'm trying to power through the set, but when I'm done with my set and I see him doing this, that shit.
This is why a lot of people think he deserves it. This is why a lot of people, you know, think this is the driver that got away with it and shit and whatnot. Fucking interesting. Absolutely interesting.
There's no way your fucking left hand is more interesting than what we're doing up here for an hour.
And for two, they were both virgins deep into their 30s.
I'm sure I could get there, but I'm also... I don't give off the vibe, I think, of the girls like, I gotta fuck that guy.
In fact, it's quite apparent that growing up, and even through his early adult life, that this man had zero confidence in himself, and never really got any attention from any girls.
So, in high school, it was because you said you didn't look good, and then after that, it was
I was hideous.
Well, you're not a hideous guy.
Hey, you haven't seen me in high school.
Well,
Short,
what
fat,
happened?
Crooked teeth. I was just like a chipmunk, dude.
And I really do think that this is how he became a living doormat, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. And funny enough, the seeds of this expose of his home life were planted years ago, when Myron and Frogger from Fresh and Fit would go onto the Flagrant podcast, and it was beyond clear that AKAASH was not a fan of these guys by any means.
The way I look at it is, you know, you watch them fucking, you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal.
And ever since this interaction, the two of them have had beef for years, and even the two podcasts in general have had issues with each other. And at first I would say it was a pretty even battle with each respected fan base kind of riding for their guys, but lately Myron has been teabagging the shit out of AKAASH online. And it's really all been possible because of AKAASH's wife, Jasleen.
But I kind of get why they fall out, because they're two complete different people, innit? Yeah, they're both wearing a camo bape and shit, but they're very different, like, especially as black men, you know? Or as brown men, whatever the fucking, you know, Assad is. They're very different. They don't even like to drive that much, so I just found it interesting how it all played out. Very, very interesting.
As she has pretty much given Myron all the ammo in the world. You see, AKAASH made the mistake of trying to appear too perfect, and every time he would open up his mouth about his wife Jasleen, he would paint her as this beautiful, sexy, but also innocent, almost naive person. And on more than one occasion, he noted this story where they lost their V-cards to each other when she was in her early 20s, and I believe he was in his late 30s.
Jesus.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this, do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. I remember I was just like, what?
I mean, it's almost like the guy had a superiority complex over this V-card fun fact, when in reality, he was really just on some Steve Carell shit. And it's quite apparent that even in his newfound success, he was still deeply insecure from his adolescence. But either way, AKAASH was still pretty well respected for years, and the problem really didn't start until his wife opened up her mouth. And at first, it was simply about the red pill community and specifically Fresh and Fit.
So my husband actually interviewed these red pill guys on their podcast one time, and I won't mention their names because who the fuck even cares. But it was so funny because he actually called them out on their shit and their like stupid fucking beliefs and how they say that they're helping men when actually what they say is like really detrimental and damaging, especially to young impressionable men. Because he went at them, the red pill guys, like fans, were attacking him afterwards, found pictures of us, and because I'm like objectively attractive, you know, they were saying that we couldn't possibly have got together in a natural kind of way or like in the wild, like it must have been an arranged marriage.
Now, the most ironic part about her call out is that she herself turned to making Fresh and Fit as content for women, where she embodies the idea that women should be constantly treated like spoiled brats who need their every whim catered to by their husbands. In fact, it seems like all she really knows how to do is sit at home and spend AKAASH's money. I mean, just listen to how she describes herself.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
And trust me, guys, after this, the clips only get much worse. You know, it's almost like going from Weenie Hut Jr. straight to Hell's Inferno, as she totally comes off as an entitled gold digger when it comes to finances.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't.
We don't.
If you want to work, all for that. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money.
Yes, that's very easy to say when you have no income.
That is actually my number one. They must be
I think it's some web material too.
Generous with their finances from day one.
Oh, I love my wife. I love.
Like, should we even analyze that on face value? Should we even seriously consider that Scouse one? we shouldn't be drawing them because they had Yuri duty. What? What is this? Like, it has been happening underneath my nose this entire time. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Get in the fucking... Like, why? Do you understand? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. Let's just continue. I really don't get it.
With my wife, let's go ride a bike with my wife.
And it's just like the best fucking part is like living with your best friend.
Also, it's like there's
who buys you designer shit.
My wife is objectively gorgeous. Me, no. So that's what you got to do. I got to work my ass off, and then every time she starts looking at me and she starts assessing my beauty, I just throw a bag at that bitch. Chest pass.
And just look at her sheer reaction to AKAASH surprising her with an upgraded wedding ring recently.
First of all, I want to say to Amma, happy birthday. All of this is possible because you told me I could do anything that I wanted.
With him also saying that he now wanted to renew their vows in India in front of their families. And just pay attention to what her main focus was in this clip.
The camera, of course.
Sing forever again.
Yes. Oh my god.
No kiss, no kiss, no kiss, no kiss. No kiss, no kiss.
My god.
Just no kiss, no kiss.
How big is this?
No hug, no kiss. There we go, turns away.
What do you say?
Turns away.
This is so... Courtney Mustard.
That, to be fair, looking back, that clip actually might be the most affectionate she's been, I think, on camera. Looking back, that clip there on the beach might be the most affectionate I've seen her on camera, at least. Maybe she's all over, you know, fucking, what's his fucking name, you know, in real life, yeah? Maybe she's all over him in real life that we're not aware of. But the videos and clips that we've seen so far, this might be the most affectionate that she's ever been in life. Very, very, very interesting.
You were sitting in her lap.
Now clearly she was not moved by the rededication of their love to each other. Hell, she even dodged that poor motherfucker's kiss.
Marriage is much better for women. It literally starts with a man getting on his knees begging you. But is that enough? No. You also get an exquisite piece of jewelry. 3 paychecks, that's what she told me. 3 on a finger?
And I just know for a fact that she is the type of chick to require a blood diamond over a lab grown, all because she needs to walk around feeling supreme to other people. You know, she wants to feel that slave labor on her finger. And AKAASH actually makes another fatal...
I would also kind of understand, you know what, just thinking about it now, I'd also kind of understand Jocelyn's attitude if she came from like a rich family, or she came from like a wealthy family. You know, where she lived with her parents until a very long age, her dad... This particular dad with the trophy house seemed to really adore Eddie Murphy's character with a big beanie. Like, it would be much more bearable if she came from money, you know? But just being a regular girl and then suddenly waking up and having all these demands and in the process, like, mugging off your friend is just too much, man. Just too much.
Mistake here of encouraging her to have a TikTok and podcasting platform.
Who was your first girlfriend?
I had one in college.
Subject.
Now for him, this was really the beginning of the end, as she would start oversharing quickly.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. The top like 4 songs when I came back for my sophomore year, Click, Pop That, Bands Make Her Dance, Birthday Cake, The 2 Chainz. I was...
All of them are 40 tunes, isn't it? She doesn't have a single R&B or chill song, just like proper fucking 4 anthems, isn't it? Jesus Christ, like, I don't know if it's for work or type, but god damn.
Popping my pussy and living my best
One more time.
More year, Click, Pop That, Bands Make Her Dance, Birthday Cake, The 2 Chainz. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Supposedly a virgin, according to her. So, this is classic, you know, virgin histories and stories and shit, right? God almighty.
So it's like,
And it's just hilarious because AKAASH acted like he found this diamond in the rough, like she was some pure angel sent down from heaven, when it turns out she was the total opposite.
I was
popping my pussy in these white boy frat houses.
I met this guy on Tinder. This was before Bumble or Hinge. Like, this was like...
This story is awful, man. This story might be one of the worst ones. This and the one where she's in that fucking surgeon's room removing her fucking hair on her crotch and she's got her fucking bum cheeks out and she's like flirting with the guy and saying, you know, just basically being a menace. This might be worse. This legitimately might be worse than that. It's just so fucking bad. Imagine your husband and you find this out on fucking social media, on the internet, you know?
Like in the OG days of the app, and this guy, I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Jesus Christ.
And I gotta say, for someone who is already years out of college, she sure does reminisce about it a lot. And it seems like most of her memories involve partying and other men.
So do me a favor, to all my brown girls who are starting college, you actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season and like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social.
Now where things would really explode for Neon's father though, is when his wife opens up her mouth about her best friend slash podcast host husband, Nav. And at first I thought she was actually talking about the pudgy rapper.
Yeah, same.
But no, she is on this man's dick like no married woman I've ever seen.
Would y'all ever have an together with your husband?
Yeah, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking and you haven't seen Nav yet.
AKAASH should never approve or agree to this under any circumstances. AKAASH should try his best to resist the urge. Unless you want to make yourself, you know, it's all different, but I think for the people out there, you probably need to tell them, you know, hey, put life first, you know, put your country down first and stuff, because Jesus Christ, this lady.
Yeah, but wait till you fucking see him.
All that fancy podcast equipment just so you can get in front of my microphone to essentially embarrass me. Can you imagine that, right? All that podcast equipment you spent, you know, on nearly $250,000 so you can just stand there and look at that ugly tree. It's like, okay, cool, man. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Loses it. Fucking hell. Okay, let's continue.
His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Now, for me, all of these statements would be grounds for immediate divorce. And no, I'm not even joking. Like, never have I sat with one of my friends and said, damn, bro, your girl got a fat ass. She got some nice tits.
Exactly.
Like, that would just be so disrespectful that I would expect any one of my boys to slap the hell out of me for that. And obviously, vice versa.
We're going to have a compound.
Yes.
And me, Nav, Nehal, and AKAASH are going to be in 2, like, adjoining houses so that we could always be near each other.
And we're going to have a connecting basement where we have dinner and movie nights. And
yeah. AKAASH is such a fucking king. Like, everyone knows he's the best husband. And
Okay, here we go.
don't often find men that measure up to him. And, like, Nav completely measures up to him, if not more.
But for AKAASH, this ends up being the worst part.
Jesus Christ, bro. Your wife being on the comparing you to your team is, oh Jesus, leave it to the punt, leave it to the fucking spaces to talk like this. Uncle Rai doesn't deserve this, man. Uncle Rai does not deserve this.
Part as he willingly gets cucked for their audience of less than 1,000 subscribers. And the funniest part to me is that he shows up on the couch with the other husband, Nav, and I expected him to be like this jacked, badass, historically good-looking guy. And funny enough, he's really just like AKAASH 2.0. He's like his cooler older brother or some shit like that, body language and all. And at first, they just discuss their home life and the drama over their finances.
But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby, I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things. Instead, she goes, so am I. And if I dare open my mouth to go, what the fuck did you do?
Really good,
it makes you tired.
I went to Pilates.
It's been unspoken, but now we're just saying it now that we're both making content. If it's funny, we're good. That was clearly my wife trying to be funny, and watching everyone take it, because the idea that my wife, she's gonna start making so much, you guys are gonna make so much money.
No.
The idea that she would even go to the bank to try to open her own account. It's like laughable.
But quickly it is quite apparent that Akaash's wife cannot handle herself around the aura that is Nav.
That I love you, but I actually love you in one of all of them.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, just look at the eye contact between them and how awkward Akaash looks. I mean, she really almost slipped up and straight up said that she wanted to bang this guy.
Can I say this is...
She basically said it though.
This is the best husband I've ever seen. And I'm not even saying that hyperbolically.
And here's fucking Akaash adding more fuel to the fire. Adding more fuel to the fire. Fucking hell. Just poor, I don't know, just a poor all around thing.
It's a little annoying.
And other than the blatant cuckery, she makes it apparent that she is the most ungrateful wife to this guy. And as a matter of fact, she does not even want to celebrate his own birthday with him using his own money.
May the 4th is Akaash's birthday. And
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice the whole day and I have to get him something. Listen, I'm just used to being treated like a princess all day, every day. So that one day that I don't.
Oh, what torture.
Yeah.
And so, of course, she got a lot of backlash over this.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ,
even the most staunch feminist out here was saying, like, please do not make me defend a man. Obviously, Myron was out here roasting the shit out of them collectively. And this was their airhead response to all the attention that they've been garnering.
But I will say, our haters are kind of really fucking dumb because you hating on us gained me 15,000 followers. That's organic followers.
True.
So it's like, you're just giving us more relevancy. Like, we were literally a pop culture topic and like people couldn't stop talking about it.
Yes, your haters will totally make you famous. I'm sure they aren't just watching the house burn down from afar. And I feel like everyone has that dumbass friend who pauses them in the middle of a conversation to say, yo bro, this conversation's great, we should totally have a podcast, you and me. You're right bro, everyone's gotta hear this. And I really think that that's how this stupid ass podcast started. Akaash, don't tell me you built that studio, my guy. I mean, straight up, they need to start giving out IQ tests before they will sell you a microphone. And I'm just saying, guys, like being someone whose job is online in the fashion that mine is, I would never date an influencer chick, or even a girl who has any sort of aspirations of online fame. It would just be way too big of a liability for reasons like this, and I definitely would not want someone who sits at home all day spending and solely relying on my income. But hey, I guess that's just the way I see it. You know, there has been this continued sense that like the ROGANSPHERE and pretty much any comedian kind of revolving in its atmosphere has kind of been like self-destructing in the last year. I mean, if you go to the Flagrant podcast right now, the comment section is a literal war zone where Akaash is getting destroyed, he's getting called a cuck, he's getting called a simp. I mean, someone take that motherfucker off the barbecue, he's done, he's cooked. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other simp-ass comedians out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
Brilliant. Brilliant little episode there. Brilliant little episodio there. Okay, cool. Okie dokie. I think I've done quite a bit here, haven't I? Let's move over a little bit back to the gold now. Then so a little bit of gold now, and then we'll move back again. I think I did quite a bit there. Where's the golden hour tab? Where's the golden hour tab? Where's the golden hour tab's gone? So let's replace golden hour tab with this one. Let's quickly go. Big up everybody tuning in. Smash the like button before you. Oh shit, it's 2 as well. I need to bounce in a bit. Monday morning, fresh start of the week. Working hours gonna start soon. So let's just quickly jump through. Let's just see if there's anything of note, anything funny, anything hilarious, anything generally funny, not Eric Griffin funny, in this every episode of fucking Oh shit, I got check. Yeah, the numbers are there. Cool, let's go.
I say to Calvin, I said, like, I've made fun of him before, and he says, "Hey, are you making fun of me? Are you laughing at me?" And I was like, and I have to.
Oh, it's Calvin's Joe Pesci.
Yo, big up Lowland. Big up Lowland. What's it? What Lowland said? I don't get. What's it? Lowland. Big up Lowland. What's that? I don't get it. You have to. I guess you have to be an Indian to find her attractive. Big up. I think you're referring to Akaash Singh's wife, right? Let's be honest though. Let's be honest. Objectively speaking, just off the basis of knowing someone for the, you know what I mean? It's a good-looking girl, no? Yeah, I think so too. I just don't think she's good-looking enough to warrant her attitude. I think it's also kind of dangerous to say that sort of stuff because it almost makes it seem like there is a level of service that can guarantee something, you know. But I just think in general, that's the kind of thing that should just be put away with, you know. That as a rule. But if you're gonna have that rule, you need to have like a top tier woman. I think even for Akaash, if you're gonna have somebody running your pockets and being that rude to embarrassing your social media, you have to get something out of it. You know, you have to have your bit. You have to carve out your little corner of the pie. You know, if you wait for everybody else, like how we African families, wait for everybody else to bring you a plate of food, it'll be all the shit stuff. You know, so you have to kind of go and fight for yourself. You get me? Fight for your life. Fight for your right to exist. Sorry for the hiccups.
Calvin can't take a joke. What am I, a clown?
What am I, a
Am I your
clown to
fucking
you?
clown? I'm your amusement.
That's hilarious.
I'm your fucking amusement.
I'm here for you. This is what this is just.
Yeah, big up Gamebred. Big up Gamebred.
So,
actually, let me fast forward. I think we're about 11 minutes in, right? Let me fast forward it to about 12 minutes in.
Then you get to the hotel and you're like, this isn't a good hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's
that
all.
happens-
That's all they know.
That's
all
right.
they know.
And I thought
From
about
her
it.
perspective, they're like, "Wait, this Radisson Inn? You don't think it's lit?"
Right,
it's like,
right.
"Oh, dude, you got to get out the bubble."
But it's not when at a place that I'm at. I'm talking even smaller than that. This is my theory. If the word comfort is in the name of the hotel, you in
not
a shit
comfortable.
hotel. Yeah. You're not in a.
I'll decide the adjectives or whatever the fuck.
But this guy said to me-
what are
The real nice guy though, and he's saying to me on the phone, he's like, "Yeah, I hope you like that. That hotel. That's
Crystal abandoned that little grammatical part of the conversation, isn't it? He abandoned it quickly as soon as he realized no one was laughing. Hilarious.
the best one in town, man. I put my mom up there when she comes into town.
You don't hurt his feelings.
your town sucks.
When he said that, I was like, I didn't say anything more.
Right,
so I was like, oh, I get it. Because then I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah, it's what is
you
it?
know, it's like bouginess really is dependent upon like your experience. Because this has happened to me. I remember one time I went to this, it was like up north a little bit, in between like a real cities. And the guy's like, yeah, man, I'm going to put you in this hotel. They got like this certain kind of hot tub that's like really good in the room. And I was like, this
I
is going to
already
be.
know what that place looks like.
I was like, oh, this is going to be great. When I saw it, I was like, oh, this guy, he's never been out of his town.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If he went to 1 4 Seasons just for brunch, he would be like, oh.
I saw that hot tub you were talking about. Yeah. You never been anywhere, have you?
Yeah, dude. It just was like.
But it's almost better if you don't experience that bouginess, Eric. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you'd enjoy life a little more.
Simplicity is the shit.
Yeah. That's the thing I'm saying.
I went to this event, like out in Austin, they call them galas, or there's like events, right? Joanna's like the fucking social butterfly out here.
Yeah.
She has all these cool friends. She's like, you have to come
already?
with me. I go. Oh, dude, she's crushing it. I go, right? I got to get fucking dressed up. I go. Not, I didn't want to go, but anyways, I go. And she's like, you got to be social. Don't be an asshole. I'm like, all right, got it. We go in this place and they're telling me this lady's like, oh, do you know him? Do you know her? Do you know him? I'm like, no, I don't fucking know anybody. Like, I just moved here. I was by far the poorest dude in the building.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you remember that season 2 of You, where he's like with the rich elite New York people.
Wasn't I in that? What was I in? Which one was I in? I was in that.
Yeah, you're Peter.
No, you're in the first, or is that the third?
I don't know which one I was in.
When he
Anyway,
goes
go
to
ahead.
New York.
Getting Peter flashbacks. Eric Griffin getting Peter flashbacks right there.
I don't remember.
Whenever he's in New York and he's like with that upper echelon crowd.
I don't think I was in
dude,
that one.
I felt so uncomfortable.
Oh.
I just didn't fit in. I had nothing in common.
Well,
they
yeah.
were so fucking rich. It
Kevin
was
Hart-
such a weird vibe.
Kevin
And
Hart
I
has a
thought
funny
of-
joke about
I thought
that.
of Eric. I'm like, God, I wonder if I bet you would fucking.
Oh yeah.
You would clown these people.
Yeah. Well, what the
I thought of Eric. Like, what? What is this conversation even, man?
fuck? What are they talking about? Like, what kind of shit?
Yeah.
Shit I'm not into.
Yeah.
Just like the vacation spots and have you been to this restaurant? Have you done this? And I'm just like,
okay.
I just
no.
feel like at every level, no matter what level you're at,
it's
you're gonna have
you're
gonna complain about this and then whatever's going on. But the people underneath that level, they're gonna be like, "What are you complaining about?"
Yeah, I know, right.
It's like if you were at a diner and it was like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Seinfeld, all the people that got paid $20+ million from Netflix. I bet they can sit at a table and just be like, "Man, can you believe that I had to?" They would complain about something.
There'd be something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then but then there's people, you know, who only got 500,000 from Netflix, and they're gonna be like, you know, what? What do you got? You know,
that's what they say, right? The worst thing to happen to you is the worst thing to happen to you.
Right. Yeah.
So if Jerry Seinfeld stubs his toe, it's like, this is fucking terrible.
Well,
It's
he
the worst
goes,
thing
"Ow,
ever.
what is the deal? Why are these things so low?
Oh, you know what? I don't
My
know.
toe's pink now.
I don't know. I know you
It'll
guys.
be black and blue soon. Why does it go from pink to black and blue? I don't know. I'm just whatever. It's just
Let's take a little break here because Chris D'Elia won't
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. This show is so fucking bad, man. This fucking show is so fucking bad. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I think we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to get going on Monday, tomorrow. We're gonna carry on properly tomorrow. We're gonna finish all these tabs, and then we'll be able to go, because this is a fucking brutal watch so far. I'm not gonna lie, this is a brutal watch. I should have probably watched this and took clips. It's my fucking fault. I should have watched this ahead of time and fucking saved some clips, because I forgot how kind of brutal this is to watch as a watch along. It doesn't really, like, you know, doesn't really like give you anything. And then the chin one is fucking even worse. I gotta fucking figure out something, I guess, and just pull something from it. But yeah, big up the stream chat. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Don't be lame. Smash the button, hit subscribe, and like the stream, please. If you can, like the stream. These days I'm not really getting many good likes, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really getting good fucking likes. So like the stream if you don't mind, before you leave, after you leave, wherever you fucking remember, please like the streams so people can recognize and find my fucking, you know, the little things I do. Yeah, big up everybody. I appreciate you all. We're gonna be back again tomorrow for more. We're back again tomorrow for more. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're here, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, take care. Peace.